Each whale, weighing up to 4,000 pounds, was coaxed into a custom sling and hoisted by crane into a padded container full of water. They were then trucked to Toronto's airport and flew south on a transport plane. Pilots told to keep takeoffs and landings gentle. Veterinarians at their sides for every mile. On Tuesday, 4 females, Acadia, Osiris, Sierra, and Lillouette, surfaced together at Chicago's Shed Aquarium. And 2 more, Birdie Bots and Frankie, splashed down at SeaWorld San Antonio.
ABC's Sophie Flay. The Louvre's Apollo Gallery has reopened to the public for the first time since last year's crown jewels heist. To the precious collections it once displayed have now been removed, and the gallery is once again showing off the decor and architecture of the salon itself. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com. 70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:02. Meteorologist Josh Nichols is in the house today. He says 77 is your high. Could be a risk of a shower or thunder shower around today. News this hour brought to you by Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Repealing the law allowing the sale of recreational marijuana and upholding strict firearms regulations among the 9 questions that'll be on the November 3rd state election ballot. Secretary of State releasing the 9 questions yesterday. The questions include expanding the public record law, allowing public defenders of the Committee for Public Counsel Services to unionize, eliminating political party primaries and allowing all candidates to be on one ballot. Also allowing Election Day voter registration and limiting state revenue and any excess be refunded to state taxpayers. Other questions proposed using revenue from sales taxes on sporting goods, recreational vehicles, and golf courses to fund natural resources conservation, and allowing a single-family home to be built on a lot of a minimum of 5,000 square feet. State officials said the fall ballot could also easily be 2 or 3 pages long. More news after this.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
7:04 here at 95.9 News Now brought to you by St. Anne's Credit Union. Leverage the power of St. Anne's local lending advantage at their newly opened lending center, 55 Long Pond Road in Plymouth, NMLS number 525435. Insured by NCUA, member MSIC. About 200 disabled veterans will be enjoying a day of fishing today. It's the annual Harvey Saltwater Fishing Club Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon in Quincy. Club Secretary Tina Lyons tells WATD News the outing has been going on for nearly 70 years.
This is going to be our 68th annual, so we're really looking forward to it. And, you know, it's America's 250th birthday party, so it even makes it extra special.
The veterans are bused from various facilities to the Quincy Yacht Club for the event.
So we get all these disabled veterans from the various hospitals amongst the state of Massachusetts and in various other entities as well from VAs, VA programs. And we welcome them all, and they're all more than welcome to come down, and they get on the lobster boats. They enjoy a great day of fishing. So we organize it all year for just one day.
And lobstermen donate their time and boats for today's outing.
And we couldn't do it without the lobstermen, too. I mean, they are core to our organization. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have our annual Vets Day.
Club President Kevin Gomez says it is a special day out in the water for the vets.
A lot of these guys are in the hospital all year long. We get them out of the VA for the day. The VA has a sign-up sheet, and they come in busloads. We get them out. It's probably one of the best days of the year because they're stuck all year. And just to feel the sun on the face and smell the salt water and see all the couple hundred volunteers that we have down there, honestly, just wanting to see them smile and helping them out. It's really a great day for them.
And the Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon gets underway this morning at the Quincy Yacht Club. And in previous years, because we do cover this every year, they've told us that a lot of these veterans doing this day out in the water, for some of these vets, it is the only day of the year that they are out of the hospital. Hanson Select Board reversing course on a vote to buy an affordable housing unit. Christian Maitre has more.
Hanson Select Board members backtracked on a vote to purchase an affordable housing unit at the Dunham Farms housing development. Last month, members voted to exercise their right of first refusal, fearing that the affordable housing unit would be listed at market price. This vote gave the town the right to purchase the property. Select Board Chair Laura Fitzgerald Kemet said that members didn't want the town to lose what little affordable housing it had.
That's really what drove us taking subsequent votes on this. We're at about high 4s to 5%. So what little stock we already have, we don't want to lose that.
Under the MBTA Communities Act, the state can approve permits for 40B housing units in Hanson if less than 10% of the town's housing is affordable. The owner of the property became upset when he learned about the Select Board's vote.
That said, this is really going to be a burden to me if I'm not able to sell this in a timely manner. If the town exercises its right of first refusal, then that means you've got to go to town meeting to get the funding. Well, our next town meeting isn't until October.
But Bob Germain, a member of the development's Board of Trustees, said that the Select Board didn't need to purchase the property to keep it affordable.
Pricing, is 40B pricing. It's like $270,000.
The owner can list the property at market rate if they're unable to sell it after 180 days. But Germain said he thinks that's highly unlikely to happen. Ultimately, the board voted to reverse their previous vote and allow the owner to sell the property. Reporting from Hanson, Christian Maitre, WATD News.
Kingston police arresting a Boston man for allegedly taking nude pictures of a 16-year-old. 41-year-old Joseph Cassio taken into custody by Kingston police detectives at a home in the South End on Tuesday. He's charged in Plymouth District Court on charges of posing or exhibiting a child in a state of nudity or sexual conduct, Cassio being held on bail. Kingston Detective Lieutenant Michael Scovera said that the victim reached out to the Silver Lake Regional High School resource officer about the alleged offenses. Investigators say the victim didn't know the suspect's name, who went by a pseudonym. Detectives able to obtain a photograph of the suspect's face and with a court order conducted a facial recognition search against a database that provided a hit on Cassio's identity. Authorities say the investigation took 3 months. Police praising the victim for coming forward and notifying the school resource officer of those allegations. Authorities say the victim's courage likely saved other potential victims. Cassio due back in court in August. Traffic and weather next.
What if I told you that you can apply for a loan or open an account on the go or right from home? Since 1936, St. Anne's Credit Union offers a friendly, hometown feel with big bank capabilities. See why they're a leading lender and voted #1 by the people of the South Coast by visiting StAnnes.com. That's STANNES.com. NMLS number 525435. Equal housing opportunity. Member MSIC.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
7:09, your Route 3 northbound ride looks pretty good coming up out of Plymouth into Pembroke. No issues. Some slowdowns around Route 18 in Weymouth up past Union Street up towards the split. The expressway is slow out of Braintree as you make your way up towards a disabled vehicle in the right lane after East Milton. And then it remains heavy up towards Columbia Road. Your Braintree to Boston drive time at about 27 minutes. 93 is slow out of Braintree, 93 south heading over towards Canton, and then 128 heavy 95 to 109. 24 north delays start after Route 27 in Brockton. We do have delays at the Sagamore and Bourne bridges. A little bit of volume getting on Cape at both of those bridges. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather.
We're not quite out of the wet woods just yet here across Greater Boston, the Metro South and the South Shore. We've got a cold front making its approach, and it promises to be the trigger mechanism for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop may contain a downpour. We do have, again, some of that patchy fog around here early on, and then we should find some partial sunshine, so the day is not a complete washout. The high temperature should be close to 80 to 85 degrees. Coming up for tonight, look for a mostly cloudy sky, still a shower or thundery downpour around. The overnight low temperature near 60, but once the wind shifts into the west and northwest, we dry out nicely for Thursday. The front goes offshore. We're left with an ample amount of sun. Your top temp near 80. Friday's mostly sunny. The high near 80 away from our South Shore beaches. We're an easterly sea breeze will set up shop. And on Saturday, it's mostly sunny as well with a cooling easterly wind, the high temperature in the upper 70s. Some delightful summer weather. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
And checking in at 70 degrees outside our South Shore studio, 7-11 on a Wednesday. I'm Christine James. There's Rob waving, just like that. What is it, that New England Diamond commercial? There we go. Look at that. 2-carat stud earrings. I'm just kidding. Rob Hakala, back to you. Right here, 95.9 WATD was the waving.
Well, yeah, I understand. Christine, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. This South Shore's Morning News rolls on. It is the 7 o'clock hour, and we are waving because we're up on the YouTube feed as well, live. You can watch the show if you're home or in your office working early and you love to put on the radio show that way. You can. WATD Radio on YouTube. WATD Radio on YouTube. You can like, watch, and subscribe. So good morning to YouTube land. And you can also go back and watch the show on demand after the program. It posts up on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. Amy Naples will be with us, Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, coming up after 7:30. All right, Christine, we'll talk about some events in history early this morning. We're going to do a little history segment today because we had some significant things to look at on the list today. Here on this 22nd day of July. And, of course, we just came off earlier in the month on the 4th of July and the 250th. And chances are you did hear this quite a bit.
Oh, beautiful. Heroes proved in liberating strife.
That, of course, America the Beautiful. That's a version so many people enjoy.
I love
Ray
that.
Charles.
Gives
I
me
think that's
goosebumps,
one
Rob.
of the favorites. Yeah, it's something about it. And it was 1893 today that Catherine Lee Bates, so we wanted to acknowledge, wrote the lyrics for America the Beautiful. America the Beautiful, lyrics written by Catherine Lee Bates. The music was composed by church organist and choir master Samuel A. Ward. But this is the day she wrote the words as a poem, originally titled Pikes Peak, because she was observing the beautiful Pikes Peak near Colorado Springs, Colorado, admiring the view, as many people do, from up on the mountain, and it looks great. And, you just say all of a sudden, America the Beautiful. And the words came to her, and she wrote the words as a poem, and eventually it would become mixed with the music and the word melody and the Bates poem, America the Beautiful, 1910. And this song is one of the most popular of all patriotic songs. So it was 1893 today that she wrote those words. How about that? 1933. How would you like to fly around the world alone?
No.
Probably not. Flying around the world alone. It's always interesting that people are just happy to do anything that's a challenge when it comes to doing something alone.
Pretty brave.
Let alone, yeah, no, exactly. Just to do it. The same with that person that, whoever went in a rowboat for the first time and just wanted to go around the world. Why would you want to do that? I don't know, but some people do. Aviator Wiley Post returned in New York City, completing the first solo flight around the world. It took him 7 days, 18 hours and 49 minutes. 1933, Aviator Wiley Post. How about that, Christine, huh?
It's pretty amazing considering when you think about how primitive that kind of equipment was at that time compared to what we have now.
Exactly, yeah, 1933. And he really just loved flying, it was just amazing. Of course, he would die in an aircraft accident in Alaska, right? Yeah, 1935. He would be 36 years old. So 1933, just a few years before his death, he made that record. And we always sometimes still hear about this still now, right? Where people talk about if you don't like the way that the courts decide things, that you want to pack the courts, right? And it all started with the packing the courts, because who wanted to do it? FDR. And he wanted to pack the courts to have more of his New Deal. Some of it was unconstitutional. And so, you know what? If the judges don't agree, let's get some more judges in there. It did not work, of course. And you heard many politicians on the left and the right said, well, that they didn't like it. Obviously, the right, and then those that were on the left as well, being more liberal in policy, like FDR, that they felt that was going too far.
Deal, Roosevelt proposed a radical piece of legislation, a bill to give him the power to appoint additional justices to the Supreme Court and outnumber his opponents. On Capitol Hill, critics argued that Roosevelt's bill challenged the Constitution itself.
I shall not be a part.
This is Senator Frederick Van Noyes from Indiana, Democrat.
To breaking down the checks and balances of the Constitution. A packed jury.
This is Democrat from Indiana, Congressman Pettengill. There they go. Didn't you like how everybody talks to in these black and white?
Yes, of course.
Oh, it's against America, the Constitution.
Packed court and a stuffed ballot box are all on the same moral plane. This is more power than a good man should want or a bad man should have.
Oh,
I like that.
Oh, I love that. With more power than a good man
should want and a bad man should have.
There you go. Thank you, Congressman Pettengill.
This is a
all right, and then we have a Republican as well, Senator Vandenberg from Michigan.
Partisan battle to preserve an independent Supreme Court.
FDR, 1937.
Determined to win votes for his court plan, Roosevelt was now in the congressional fight of his life. He dangled promises of federal projects.
How about that?
Hinted at judicial appointments.
Yeah, he did. He played the piano.
Threatened to withdraw patronage. At a picnic for Democratic congressmen, he turned on all his charm.
Well, it didn't work, though. All right. So, yeah.
Piano sounded good, though.
It was good. So 1937, today was the day, July 22nd, that the Senate voted down FDR's proposal to add more justices to the Supreme Court of the United States, which would become known as trying to pack the court. And I've heard others say that now as well, that sometimes if you don't agree, you just want to change it and you pack the court if it disagrees with your side. And then when you get back, then you pack the court too, and it goes back and forth until you have, I guess, I don't know, what, like 100 justices?
Something like that.
Something like that.
And then
yeah.
each side can blame the other for whatever decisions they don't like.
Oh, boy. All right.
Some things never change.
No, I guess not. It was back in 1937. So there you go. Some events in history, Christine.
Thank
Today
you.
in history. All right, it is 7:19 on WATD. And back out to the roads we go. WATD's traffic and weather. We updated every 10 minutes on the 9s, and taking a look at the ride on the expressway, it's slow from Braintree up to a right lane breakdown after East Milton, and then another breakdown. This one is in the right lane before Granite Ave. So a couple of breakdowns there, and then it remains heavy up to Columbia Road. Route 3 along the South Shore, you get some slow spots, mainly up through Braintree. The southbound side slows on the approach to the Sagamore. 25 east, a little slow at the Bourne. 93 is busy out of Braintree over to Canton. 128 heavy, 95 to 109, and 24 north delays start at Harrison Boulevard. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Weather is being sponsored by the South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. Here's meteorologist Josh Nichols.
We're not quite out of the wet woods just yet here across Greater Boston, the Metro South and the South Shore. We've got a cold front making its approach, and it promises to be the trigger mechanism for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop may contain a downpour. We do have, again, some of that patchy fog around here early on. And then we should find some partial sunshine, so the day is not a complete washout. The high temperature should be close to 80 to 85 degrees. Coming up for tonight, look for a mostly cloudy sky. Still a shower or thundery downpour around. The overnight low temperature near 60. But once the wind shifts into the west and northwest, we dry out nicely for Thursday. The front goes offshore. We're left with an ample amount of sun. Your top temp near 80. Friday's mostly sunny. The high near 80 away from our South Shore beaches where an easterly sea breeze will set up shop. And on Saturday, it's mostly sunny as well with a cooling easterly wind. The high temperature in the upper 70s. Some delightful summer weather. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, outside our studio, 70 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Still to come, the morning sports and our digital pro, Kim Commando.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another everyday American hero, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Gutter Installation Team.
No I in team.
Covering the entire South Shore, these defenders of drainage will remove your old gutters and scrape and paint the fascia board so the surface is South Shore Gutter Monkey approved.
We're talking smooth.
Replacing damaged trim is no problem for these woodworking primates, and with the gutter installation truck right on the premises, these aerial artisans of extruded aluminum will custom build and install your new gutters, with every member of the team actually using a level for proper pitch. And with the benefit of battery-operated tools and the use of the opposable thumb, these prehensiled primates of the sky will install your new gutters behind the drip edge and double seal your end caps and miters for a lifelong watertight seal.
Yowza!
To see a live performance at your home, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
722 WATD Sports, sponsored by Falcone Roofing. Think of Falcone Roofing for more than just roofing. If your home siding, windows, or gutters need replacing, call Falcone Roofing. Falcone Roofing at 508-746-6866 for a free estimate today from Falcone Roofing. All right, Red Sox game rained out last night, so it's going to be a day-night doubleheader over at Fenway. The Red Sox and Baltimore Orioles. The Red Sox are still looking to make it 15 straight wins and tie the record that they had in 1946 with the longest winning streak in Red Sox history. That's 15 games. They last did it in 1946. They could do it in 2026 if they win this afternoon. Game 1 will be at 1:35. Then 7:10 will be the night game, Sox and Orioles. The New England Revolution will be in action tonight in Foxborough. They host Toronto FC at 7:30. And that's your update on sports.
Let's talk windows. Hey guys, it's Isabella from Falcone Roofing of Plymouth again. Windows are so important to how your home filters light. Everyone loves natural light brightening up their homes, so let us bring that light inside with new construction windows. At Falcone Roofing, we bring top-tier workmanship to all our projects and only the best materials. Call us today for your free window quote at 508-746-6866. 508-746-6866. At Falcone Roofing, we cover you better.
This is Mike McNamara. Certainly been an interesting year so far. All kinds of stuff going on in Washington. War in the Ukraine and the Middle East. Mortgage rates are high. The stock and bond markets have been volatile. You're probably worried about your investments. Maybe we can help. McNamaraFinancial.com or 781-834-2010.
Few make it big in motorsports, but the real reward for most is the joy of competition. I'm Miles Heeger. The excitement and danger of motorsports are the reasons drivers love to race and why fans keep showing up. Join me and my guests each week as we discuss the local short tracks while also sharing opinions and insight on the National Series. Tune in to Miles on Motorsports tonight at 7 here on 95.9 WATD.
Good morning, coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Coastal Heritage Bank. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Coming up, we'll get a check of traffic and weather on the 9s. And then we'll get the top stories with Christine on the way at 7:30. Right now, it's time for our digital pro, Kim Commando.
China has accomplished something nobody, not even SpaceX, has done yet. They launched a rocket and caught the booster coming home in a giant net. But wait, is that really an accomplishment? I'm Kim Commando for Splash of AI. I show regular people how to use AI to solve real problems, save money, and get ahead. It's free. Sign up at splashofai.com. The catch was real. The Long March 10B came back from space and landed in a net like a fly. The video looks impressive. Now for the rest of the story. The rocket can carry up to 16 to orbit. The SpaceX Falcon 9 carries 25 tons. SpaceX has been landing boosters for a decade, hundreds of times like science fiction predicted. This is the same script as China's new supercomputer. Big headlines, small fine print. But here's why you care. Reusable rockets are why satellite internet and your weather forecasts keep getting better and cheaper. Competition speeds that up. So good for China. Nothing lights a fire under American engineers like seeing a competitor advance. We're still in first place. We land our rockets. They catch theirs. Get my newsletter, getkim.com.
WATD time is 7:27 on the South Shore's Morning News. Rob Hakala with the morning team, and we do have the text line available for you at 781-837-4900. The text line, 781-837-4900. The text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. And let's see if you want to get in some complaints. We got a few of those coming in. Something to complain or whine about. The Wednesday Wine with Francesca will be coming up after 9:30. So get those in if you want. Something to chime in on about that. We also have, let's see, Gray Wolf in Kingston. He loves thunderstorms, and he said last night was an awesome show. Well, if you wanted thunderstorms, yeah. And that rain was crazy, Gray Wolf from Kingston. That was coming down a lot. Also, David from Bourne wanted to check in. And another shout out for our Christine James for a great job moderating the political forum with the county commissioner's Republican primary race. David from Bourne says, can we get Christine to go to Washington, D.C.? We certainly could use a good mediator and a moderator to shut some of those windbags up. If she can accomplish that, she would be everyone's hero. Thank you. That's David from Bourne on the text line. 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. Our text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. All right, coming up, we have the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce report. We'll check in with Amy Naples right after the news at 7:30. You're listening to the South Shore's Morning News at 95.9 FM on the Audacy app and live on the YouTube feed. WATD Radio on YouTube. 7:29. Back out to the drive. WATD traffic and weather on the 9s. And the ride on Route 3 northbound is slow around Route 18 and Union Street. The expressway northbound, we had a couple of breakdowns. We want to thank our road reporter, Paul, checking in as well. He had the breakdown he spotted northbound in the area near East Milton Square. He was talking about that. And then he says also a disabled vehicle. We had one before Granite Ave, and now he's also reporting another breakdown northbound at the Columbia Road exit. So a lot of breakdowns there on the expressway. It's heavy from Braintree up to Columbia Road. And your drive time Braintree to Boston is coming in at 32 minutes. Taking a look at the Route 3 northbound ride. That's slow as you make your way around Route 18 in Union. 24 is busy after Harrison Boulevard in Avon. 93 is slow, Braintree to Canton. 128 heavy, 95 to 109. And we do have delays at the Sagamore and Bourne bridges getting on Cape. South Shore weather. For today, we are going to have a mix of clouds and some breaks of sun, but overall, clouds and a risk of a shower or thunder shower, 77. This evening, passing clouds, a shower or thunder shower early, then clearing, a low 62. Tomorrow, bright sunshine, 73. 70 degrees in Marshfield. Good morning, 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:30. Meteorologist Josh Nichols is in today. 77, he says, for a high and a risk of a shower or thunder shower around outside. News this hour brought to you by the South Shore Diamond Exchange. Gold prices are at record highs, and South Shore Diamond Exchange is paying top dollar for your unwanted jewelry. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in the North River Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, and cash in. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
11th night of air attacks on Iran wrapped up, says the U.S. military. Another reason why there's no oil tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a blockade not only by the U.S., but by Iran-backed Houthi rebels from Yemen, helping spike oil and gasoline prices. Defense Secretary Hegseth on Capitol Hill pushing for over $80 billion more for the war. Latest tracking on Tropical Storm Bertha has it skirting the Gulf Coast, headed for New Orleans, and later Houston. It's southeast of Florida, filling sandbags in New Orleans. ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Tropical Storm Bertha is gaining strength and making a run west along the Gulf Coast. Outer bands bringing high waves and winds to Panama City Beach, Florida.
That's ABC. Meanwhile, 12 jurors chosen so far, and jury selection continuing today in the murder trial of a Duxbury woman who's expected to argue that postpartum issues were the reason she killed her 3 children. Lindsay Clancy pleading not guilty in the 3 counts of murder in the deaths of her children, 5-year-old Cora, 3-year-old Dawson, and 8-month-old Callan. This was in January of 2023. As of close of court yesterday, 12 jurors had been chosen. Total of 18 jurors, including 6 alternates, will be chosen for trial. They could actually, if they keep up the same pace, they may be concluding the jury selection today. If that happens, that means that opening arguments could begin possibly as soon as tomorrow. Now, prosecutors argue Clancy used exercise bands to strangle her 3 children. McClancy's attorney, Kevin Reddington, plans to lay out an insanity defense.
Do you have unwanted, broken, mismatched, or unworn jewelry? Gold prices are at record highs. Bring your old jewelry to South Shore Diamond Exchange and cash in. South Shore Diamond Exchange pays top dollar for gold, platinum, silver, fine jewelry in any condition. For a limited time, ask about their special offer and receive 20% more in trade value or 10% extra when you sell for cash. Visit South Shore Diamond Exchange in North River Plaza on Route 139 in Pembroke or southshorediamond.com. South Shore Diamond Exchange, a Hanush family-owned business. Trusted jewelers for generations.
At 7:34 on 95.9, news now brought to you by Hingham Lumber, the Better Builder's Yard, offering services like kitchen and bath design, paint consultation, tool and equipment repair, and so much more. Visit them online at hinghamlumber.com or stop by their newly renovated Cohasset storefront today. An annual fishing outing for veterans, that's going to be held today. Our Tom Gorman has more in the story.
Disabled veterans from Greater Boston will be spending today doing some fishing on Quincy Bay. The 68th Annual Harvey's Saltwater Fishing Club's Disabled Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon will draw about 200 veterans. Club President Kevin Gomez tells WATD News the outing began nearly 7 decades ago with just over a dozen veterans.
It was 14 veterans got taken out from a VA in Chelsea. And now, like I said, we can go up to 220 around that. So it's the lopsament of the lifeblood of this whole event. We get about 18 to 22 boats and try to fill them all up and take them all out fishing. It's really grown, and I'm glad it is where it is now.
It's a special day for the veterans.
A lot of these guys are in the hospital all year long. We get them out of the VA for the day. It's probably one of the best days of the year because they're stuck all year. And just to feel the sun on the face and smell the salt water and see all the couple hundred volunteers that we have down there, honestly, just wanting to see them smile and helping them out. It's really a great day for them.
Club Secretary Tina Lyons says that the veterans are bused from various facilities.
So we get all these disabled veterans from the various hospitals amongst the state of Massachusetts and in various other entities as well from VAs, VA programs. And we welcome them all, and they're all more than welcome to come down, and they get on the lobster boats. They enjoy a great day of fishing.
The Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon gets underway this morning at Quincy Yacht Club. Tom Gorman, WATD News.
A stray bullet struck the Catholic Charities office in Brockton, narrowly missing employees. Police say that a shooting was reported on Court Street just before 2 yesterday afternoon. A bullet penetrated the exterior wall of the Catholic Charities building that's at 169 Court Street. There were employees inside at the time, but no one was injured. Officers searched the nearby area for evidence. No suspects have been identified, and that investigation remains ongoing. Well, the Hanson Select Board reversing a prior vote related to an affordable housing unit at the Dunham Farm Housing Development on Main Street. Last month, the Select Board became aware that the owner of the affordable housing unit intended to sell their property. Hanson Select Board Chair Laura Fitzgerald Kemet says members were worried that the property would not stay affordable.
So initially we were going to just let the individuals who owned the property sell it, but keep it as affordable. Then subsequent facts became available, and I said, does this mean we're going to lose an affordable unit? And we did some research and we decided, yes, that was the case. And then we voted to exercise our right of first refusal.
This right of first refusal giving the town the right to purchase the property if funding for the purchase is approved at the next town meeting in October. Fitzgerald Kemet said the board made the decision based on their already low affordable housing stock in Hanson.
In order for 40Bs not to come in and be able to do literally whatever they want in your town, you have to have 10% affordable housing. We're far from that. What we were initially concerned with was that if this unit got sold and the affordability component wasn't maintained, that would be one less unit towards our affordable housing.
Fitzgerald Kemet said the owner of the property became upset, saying that he needed to sell the property soon to prevent financial hardship. But at the last meeting where they discussed this, a member of Dunham Farms Board of Trustees said the owner is still required to sell the house at an affordable rate.
It has to be sold at the affordable price, and it has to be sold to a person who qualifies for that. So in essence, by letting it just roll, we're still preserving the affordability and we're not losing a unit.
So the board ultimately voted to lift the right of first refusal to allow the owner to sell the property. The owner can list the property at market price after 180 days if it's unable to if it's not sold at that time. We'll be back. We're going to take a look at traffic and weather together right after this from Hingham Lumber.
Can you imagine the morning sun spilling into your kitchen or soft daylight brightening a once dark hallway? Whether you're dreaming of a more inviting home or building your next standout project, Hingham Lumber has you covered with Velux Skylight Systems. They aren't your average skylights. Every Velux skylight comes with a solar-powered room darkening shade, so you can enjoy warm, natural light when you want it and energy-efficient comfort all year long. Consider a venting model, welcoming in fresh air, improving indoor air quality, and reducing moisture in kitchens and baths. Homeowners love the airy, open feel and stylish upgrade. Contractors appreciate the smooth, straightforward installation and the impressive results their clients notice right away. Velux skylights are designed for performance and simplicity. It's a bright upgrade with a big impact on your space, your comfort, and your energy savings. Ready to add more natural light and comfort to your space? Talk to the door and window team at Hingham Lumber on Route 3A in Cohasset or at hinghamlumber.com.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It is 7:39, and taking a look at the ride this morning along the expressway northbound, we had a disabled vehicle. A few of them. The last one was still being worked in the right lane before Granite Ave. And we are looking at delays as you make your way up from Braintree all the way up towards Columbia Road. I think we might have had one earlier also up by Columbia Road as well, as we heard from one of our road reporters, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Route 3 northbound is busy through the Braintree stretch. Southbound slows at the Sagamore. 25 East is busy at the Bourne. Taking a look at 24, some reduced speeds up through Avon, getting up by Harrison and 139. 93 on the southbound side is slow from Braintree, getting over to Canton. 128, 70, 95 to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory this morning, not quite as breezy as yesterday, but still a bit of a breeze coming in out of the south and southwest. They did log a peak wind gust yesterday morning to 39 miles per hour. Southwesterly winds will continue here for this Wednesday for Blue Hill and across all of Greater Boston, the Metro South and the South Shore. and we'll find some partial sun, a little bit of fog this morning, especially in our valleys. And then into the afternoon in particular, a couple more showers and thunderstorms will develop, especially later into the afternoon. The high temperature into the low and mid 80s, and much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop will be capable of producing a downpour. For tonight, we'll look for a couple of those scattered showers and thunderstorms around, especially early on. Later into the night, it's mostly cloudy, overnight lows near 60. And then for tomorrow, it looks like a beauty of a day from hilltop to seashore with an ample amount of sun, a northwesterly breeze, the high temperature near 80. For your Thursday night, it's mainly clear. Overnight lows will be into the upper 50s. No need for the air conditioner. Friday is sunny. Your top temp away from our South Shore beaches near 80, likely into the mid-70s. Places like Duxbury Beach. Saturday's mostly sunny with highs in the upper 70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studio, 7:41. It's Wednesday. I'm Christine James, sending you back to the capable hands of Rob Hakala right here on 95.9 WATD.
Christine, thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Great to have you along on the South Shore's Morning News on a Wednesday. Every Wednesday at this time, it's our Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce segment. And Amy Naples is off today. She's enjoying her birthday, having some time off here on this 22nd day of July. But we do have Bob Nolette is on, filling in for Amy. Bob is the Director of Member and Business Relations, Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, and you can find out more at PlymouthChamber.com. Bob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rob. Happy to be here this morning.
Great to have you, and we have some 3 events that we're going to preview this week. So, Bob, tell us, what are we going to start with, number 1?
Sure, absolutely. So our first event is actually tomorrow night, and it's at the Duxbury Maritime School. It's a business after hours. This is a great opportunity to network with a lot of local businesses, members of the community, and it's from the surrounding area. It's not just the town of Duxbury. It's all the towns that we serve. So that event is from 4 to 6 p.m., and it is at 457 Washington Street in Duxbury. And if you haven't been there, it is an absolute beautiful location right on the water. I really, recommend coming and checking it out tomorrow night.
All right, so that's tomorrow night in Duxbury, and if people want to go, do they need to go to the website, or can they just come, Bob?
Sure, yeah, we would love for people to register in advance just so we can kind of get a ballpark idea. But if your plans change last minute and you're free, come on by. Not a problem at all. The more the merrier.
All right, that's coming up tomorrow in Duxbury. All right, let's see. Item number 2, Bob.
Sure. So this is kind of a new, unique opportunity we're offering. It's called Reel Connections, REEL, Fishing, Sunset, and Networking Cruise. So we haven't done anything like this before, and basically it's kind of an intimate cruise, and it's fishing and networking, and it's 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., and it's BYOB, bring your own snacks, and it's really just, you're going to be with a group of, I believe, 9 people or so that will be fishing, networking, and it's just a real unique opportunity that's kind of like an exclusive opportunity due to the amount of people that we can have on the boat. So if you're in, to fishing and whatnot, this is a really cool opportunity, first of a kind, that we're offering at the Chamber. And that is going to be boarding in Duxbury. And that is on Wednesday, August 5th. There's a lot more information about this event specifically on our website, PlymouthChamber.com. So if this sounds of any interest to you, definitely check it out. Like I said, space is limited, and we have just a couple spaces left.
Okay, so again, yeah, because that one is, when you talk about very intimate, that one certainly is. It seems like a good idea, though, and obviously if you like to do this, that's a great time to make a connection and sit there while you're doing some fishing. So I like that Reel, REEL Connections. And so there's only, what did you say, 9 people maybe can go on this?
Yeah, I believe 10 might be the max on this one. So, we do have a couple spaces available. It's definitely a unique opportunity. As Amy has said before, when she's been on air here, we pride ourselves as being not your average chamber, and this is just kind of an example of something a little outside the box. And, just a different opportunity for our members.
Yeah, that's great. What a good idea. Okay. PlymouthChamber.com, and for all these things, go to PlymouthChamber.com. That's the website to stay connected. Bob Nolet is with us, and we do have one more event that we want to squeeze in this week's segment. Bob, what else do you have for us?
Sure, we have our August networking luncheon coming up, and that's going to be on Wednesday, August 12th from 12 to 1:30, and it's at the new Himalaya Restaurant and Bar, and it's in downtown Plymouth. If you haven't checked this place out, the food is phenomenal, the atmosphere is beautiful, and it's a real great opportunity to network and meet a lot of locals. And that is a ticketed event, so you do need to register at PlymouthChamber.com, but it's open to members and non-members, and I really recommend checking this one out.
Oh, okay, all right. And that's you said that the new restaurant in Plymouth, right?
Yes, it's the new Himalaya Restaurant and Bar.
Oh.
It's right in downtown Plymouth. It's a great spot if you haven't checked it out yet.
Yeah, it seems like the reviews have been very favorable. A lot of people have been enjoying that. So I've yet to go in there. You would recommend it, Bob, and so when is that event coming up?
Sure. So that's going to be August 12th from 12 to 1:30. And what's cool about this event is it'll be a buffet style, so you're going to be able to try and sample a lot of the key items on the menu. So it's kind of, it'll be like almost like a tasting as well of what the restaurant has to offer while networking with, over 50, 60 local business owners.
All right. Check out all the details on the website for these events and more that Bob has discussed, PlymouthChamber.com. That's how you can stay connected and get involved and find out about why it's great to be a member or just to try out one of the events so you can even learn more about the Plymouth Chamber. Bob is the Director of Member and Business Relations, so he would love to talk to you and get you set up. PlymouthChamber.com. Bob Nolet, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Rob. I hope you have a great rest of the week.
You as well. And we give our best to Amy on her birthday. Happy birthday, Amy Naples. All right. Thank you, Bob. Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce segment. We do it every week at this time on WATD. Coming up, we'll get a look at the road. Still some delays on the expressway. We've had a couple of breakdowns northbound on the expressway. We'll check out the ride and the weather coming up next.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD.
Back out to the roads we go. It is 7:49 on Wednesday morning. WATD traffic and weather on the 9s. And the ride on the expressway northbound is slow out of Braintree up towards a breakdown near Granite Ave. And then we had another breakdown clearing near Columbia Road. The Braintree to Boston drive time is 32 minutes and in. Route 3 is slow. Route 18 up through Braintree. We're also getting word of a delay in the work zone. Route 3 northbound near Route 14 in Duxbury. Route 3 north, expect delays getting by Route 14 in Duxbury. Looks like it's slow for Route 14 up to that lane shift with the ongoing bridge project. Southbound is slow at the Sagamore. 25 east, busy at the Bourne. 24 a little slow near 139 and still sluggish on 93 out of Braintree over to Canton. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather with meteorologist Josh Nichols, sponsored by Cross Insurance for all your home, auto, and business insurance needs. Contact Cross Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield.
We're not quite out of the wet woods just yet here across Greater Boston, the Metro South from the South Shore. We've got a cold front making its approach, and it promises to be the trigger mechanism for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop may contain a downpour. We do have, again, some of that patchy fog around here early on, and then we should find some partial sunshine, so the day is not a complete washout. The high temperature should be close to 80 to 85 degrees. Coming up for tonight, look for a mostly cloudy sky, still a shower or thundery downpour around. The overnight low temperature near 60, but once the wind shifts into the west and northwest, we dry out nicely for Thursday. The front goes offshore. We're left with an ample amount of sun. Your top temp near 80. Friday's mostly sunny. The high near 80 away from our South Shore beaches where an easterly sea breeze will set up shop. And on Saturday, it's mostly sunny as well with a cooling easterly wind. The high temperature in the upper 70s. Some delightful summer weather. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, outside our studio, 70 degrees at the weather station. Sports next.
Have you recently moved into a new home? Whether you've just moved into a new apartment, condo, or single-family home, each home has unique insurance needs. Hi, this is Carol from Cross Insurance, with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. Insuring your home is a big decision, and it's important to understand your options. Whether you're looking for more options, increased coverage, or better pricing, Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance are here to help. We'll help you determine whether you qualify for any discounts or credits on your insurance premiums, such as a new home credit, loss-free credit, an e-customer discount, or an automatic water shutoff device discount. Plus, by insuring both your home and car with Safety Insurance and Cross Insurance, you could potentially save up to 20%. Turn to Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance. We've been working with customers like you for decades. Call Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
7:52 WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Well, Sox game rained out last night, so they're going to play two over at Fenway today. The Red Sox still trying to tie that franchise 15th straight victory. That record was last achieved in 1946, a 15-game run by the 1946 Red Sox. And they could do it in 2026 if the Red Sox win the afternoon game at 1:35. They'll also play tonight at 7:10 against the Orioles. The New England Revolution will host Toronto FC tonight at 7:30. And that's our update on sports on WATD.
News matters. Experience counts. You're listening to the South Shore's Morning News with Rob Hakala on 95.9 WATD.
Great to have you along this morning. It's a Wednesday, and we'll go in depth with ABC's Brad Mielke, taking a look at the issue of voting in New Jersey. They say it was a software glitch that almost allowed 400 non-citizens to vote in elections in New Jersey. Let's get more now from ABC's Brad Mielke in this report.
You remember last week when President Trump gave a primetime address from the White House casting doubt on the integrity of U.S. election security. He claimed China had tried to interfere in U.S. elections. Tried. He said Venezuelan leaders had tried to rig their vote counts in Venezuelan elections, not American ones. He also zeroed in on American election offices.
Our machines and ballot counting systems are exposed to hacking and manipulation and corruption.
Trump claimed that federal authorities had recently uncovered evidence that more than 250,000 non-citizens had been registered to vote in American elections. Again, though, registered. He wasn't claiming that they voted. He wasn't claiming foreign interference had worked. He was casting lots of suspicion without evidence of things really going wrong. And yet that number of non-citizens registered number seemed very specific.
They identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections.
Like, how would that many people get on the voting rolls in the first place? Well, yesterday, New Jersey made a surprising admission. 6,000 non-citizens had been registered to vote, and hundreds had actually cast ballots. ABC's chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce joins us. Mary, what happened in New Jersey?
Yeah, well, Governor Mikey Sherrill revealed that because of what she's describing as a computer glitch, about 6,600 non-citizens applying for a driver's license were also improperly registered to vote. She says that when they went into the DMV to get their driver's license or their ID, they were asked if they wanted to register to vote.
Some individuals indicated that they weren't citizens and weren't eligible to vote, but the software registered them anyway.
Now, she says about 400 of those non-citizens actually voted, but she stressed that there's no evidence that their votes swayed any elections.
They were registered as Democrats, Republicans, and the majority unaffiliated, and were scattered across the state.
She says officials became aware of this issue last week and that all 6,600 people are now being scrubbed from the voter rolls.
Yeah, that's interesting because the DMV is the place where a lot of people get approached to register to vote. But you got 16 and 17-year-olds there. You've got, in several states, you got like non-citizens, even in some cases, undocumented people can potentially get driver's licenses. And yet you think that there's software in place to be able to suss out who should be getting offers to register. And we've described over and over, Mary, how the actual instances of voter fraud are so vanishingly few and far between. But thousands of extra voters, like that's not vanishing, right? 400 votes in a given race might not necessarily seem vanishing, even if it's a very small percentage.
Yeah, she described it basically as a software error, but that they've discovered it and are now taking steps to remedy it.
Let me be clear. This entire situation is unacceptable.
In fact, she made a point of underscoring their efforts at transparency here.
As the Trump administration tries to weaponize elections for political gain, I am ensuring that we protect our elections.
Saying we don't deflect, deny, or exploit problems for our gain. She said we find them and we fix them. Now, it will come as no surprise that the White House was quick to respond to this in a statement saying that this underscores the absolute necessity of the Save America Act. Of course, that's the legislation that President Trump has made a top priority up on the Hill that would require voter ID and proof of citizenship.
Yeah, so there's the Save America Act, which is not just about showing ID. It's about showing proof of citizenship just to be able to register to vote. And sometimes that can involve more documentation than you think. But is the White House taking any other steps to crack down on some of these problems? He's describing like foreign interference would not be fixed by the Save America Act.
No, and the president has been amping up these unproven claims of widespread election fraud, as you noted, and pointing a finger especially at China as what he's described as China's sinister election meddling.
Tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states have been bought, stolen, or hacked by China.
Of course, it was just a few months ago when the president was in China heaping praise on longtime leader Xi Jinping, and Trump was actually asked yesterday in the Oval Office if China's going to face consequences for this alleged election meddling.
They do things and we do things to them. I'll be honest, we do things to them too. It's not a one-way street. But we'll be talking to them, yeah.
But Trump actually seemed to brush it off. He said, we're going to talk to them about it. But he said it took place a long time ago. And then he said he thinks China is maybe a little bit different today than it was then. But Brad, he didn't elaborate on how China is any different than it was during the time period that he's alleged that they did this sinister meddling.
Right, and the issue there is probably not that like one form of voter fraud would be important and the other one would not be important. It's the question from critics of whether Trump is being performative to ostensibly take more control of federal elections and even perhaps drive down the voting from groups he doesn't want voting. That's the real concern here from voting rights groups. But a big moment for New Jersey and a surprising revelation here. Mary Bruce, thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
ABC's Brad Milkey with ABC's Mary Bruce on WATD at 7:59. We have the 8 o'clock ABC News, and then we'll get the local news with Christine James at 8:02. And after the 8 o'clock news, Zoe Bradford, artistic director of the Company Theater in Norwell, will join us. We'll preview their upcoming production, Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, the musical, opening up on July 24. Traffic and weather in the 9s at 7:59. The expressway northbound, heavy and slow from Braintree up to Columbia Road. Route 3, some reduced speeds up through Braintree. We also had a slowdown, Route 3 northbound, approaching Route 14 in Duxbury. Not seeing any big delays down the Cape Bridges. 24 looks pretty good. Northbound on the expressway, that's heavy Braintree to Columbia Road. The South Shore weather, a blend of clouds and sun. Again, a chance for a shower or thunderstorm, a high 77. We're at 71 at 8.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The U.S. and Iran keeping up their back-and-forth attacks. The American military hitting Iranian targets for an 11th straight night. Shipping through the Strait of Hormuz slowing down again. And now ABC News Chief Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz says
new concerns emerging in the critical Red Sea. 2 oil tankers turning around after Iran-backed Houthi rebels threatened shipping traffic there. All of this spiking oil and gas prices.
President Trump this morning will attend the dignified transfer of remains of troops killed in the Middle East. The Northeast cleaning up after strong storms raced through the area, leading to thousands of flight delays. At least 4 lawsuits have now been filed against Taco Bell after lettuce at its restaurants was linked to the outbreak of a parasitic bug that's made thousands of people sick. Congressman Andy Biggs, a strong ally of President Trump, winning the Republican nomination in the Arizona governor's race. This is ABC News. An election error revealed in New Jersey, where Governor Mikey Sherrill says more than 6,000 non-citizens were mistakenly added to the voter rolls. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
She described it basically as a software error, but that they've discovered it and are now taking steps to remedy it. In fact, she made a point of underscoring their efforts at transparency here, saying, "We don't deflect, deny, or exploit problems for our gain." She said, "We find them and we fix them."
The White House quick to respond, once again pushing President's voting bill that would require voter ID and proof of citizenship at the ballot box. New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani on the Prime Minister of Israel.
Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal, the architect of a horrific genocide against the Palestinian people. He is responsible for the killing of more than 73,000 people.
He says New York doesn't have the power to arrest Netanyahu and charge him with war crimes in Gaza, but he says the federal government could and should. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:02. Meteorologist Josh Nichols is in today, and he says your high today going up to 77. Could be a risk of some more showers or thunder showers around. And news this hour brought to you by the folks at The Clean Team. The Clean Team provides carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, and tile and grout cleaning. They also clean Oriental rugs and area rugs in their facility in Kingston. Learn more at thecleanteam.net. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Ballot questions are set. There's going to be it's going to be 9 of them on the November 3rd state election ballot, a big number. Repealing a law allowing the sale of recreational marijuana and upholding strict firearms regulations among the 9 questions that will be on there. Secretary of State releasing the 9 questions yesterday. Questions include expanding the public records law, allowing public defenders of the Committee for Public Counsel Services to unionize, eliminating political party primaries, and allowing all candidates to be on one ballot. Also, allowing Election Day voter registration and limiting state revenue and any excess that can be refunded to state taxpayers. Other questions propose using revenue from sales taxes on sporting goods, recreational vehicles, and golf courses to fund natural resources conservation, and allowing a single family home to be built on a lot on a minimum of 5,000 square feet. State officials say this fall's ballots could be 2 to 3 pages long. More news after this.
Hi, I'm Rachel. And I'm Sarah. From the Clean Team. Our grandparents started the Clean Team in 1983.
The Clean Team covers the entire South Shore, traveling as far as Foxborough, Milton, and Cape Cod.
They deep clean carpets, upholstery, and wood floors in your home or office, and your bathrooms will shine after the Clean Team cleans the tile and grout in your shower and removes the soap scum from your shower glass.
The Clean Team even provides service calls for those times when your dog has an accident on your family room carpet or when you spill a cup of coffee on your favorite chair.
Oriental rugs, area rugs, and outdoor cushions can be cleaned at the Clean Team's facility in Kingston. Just drop off your rugs or cushions anytime, Monday through Friday.
Or call the office at 781-585-4678 for pickup and delivery. Go to thecleanteam.net for more info and to see before and after pictures.
Call the Clean Team.
8:05 on 95.9 News, now sponsored by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth. today. About 200 disabled veterans will be enjoying a day of fishing today out on the water. It's the annual Harvey Saltwater Fishing Club Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon in Quincy. Club Secretary Tina Lyons tells WATD News the outing has been going on for nearly 70 years.
And this is going to be our 68th annual, so we're really looking forward to it, and it's America's 250th birthday party, so it even makes it extra special.
The veterans are bused from various facilities to the Quincy Yacht Club for the event.
So we get all these disabled veterans from the various hospitals amongst the state of Massachusetts and in various other entities as well from VAs, VA programs. And we welcome them all, and they're all more than welcome to come down, and they get on the lobster boats. They enjoy a great day of fishing. So we organize it all year for just one day.
Lobstermen donate their time and boats for the outing.
And we couldn't do it without the lobstermen, too. I mean, they are core to our organization. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have our annual Vets Day.
Club President Kevin Gomez says it's a very special day for all the vets.
A lot of these guys are in the hospital all year long. We get them out of the VA for the day. The VA has a sign-up sheet, and they come in busloads. We get them out. It's probably one of the best days of the year because they're stuck all year. And just to feel the sun on the face and smell the salt water and see all the couple hundred volunteers that we have down there, honestly, just wanting to see them smile and helping them out. It's really a great day for them.
Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon Gala gets underway today, and that is at the Quincy Yacht Club. Well, Hanson Select Board reversing course on a vote to buy an affordable housing unit. Christian Maitre files this.
Hanson Select Board members backtracked on a vote to purchase an affordable housing unit at the Dunham Farms housing development. Last month, members voted to exercise their right of first refusal, fearing that the affordable housing unit would be listed at market price. This vote gave the town the right to purchase the property. Select Board Chair Laura Fitzgerald-Kemet said that members didn't want the town to lose what little affordable housing it had.
That's really what drove us taking subsequent votes on this. We're at about high 4s to 5%. So what little stock we already have, we don't want to lose that.
Under the MBTA Communities Act, the state can approve permits for 40B housing units in Hanson if less than 10% of the town's housing is affordable. The owner of the property became upset when he learned about the Select Board's vote.
That said, this is really going to be a burden to me if I'm not able to sell this in a timely manner. If the town exercises its right of first refusal, then that means you've got to go to town meeting to get the funding. Well, our next town meeting isn't until October.
But Bob Germain, a member of the development's Board of Trustees, said that the Select Board didn't need to purchase the property to keep it affordable.
Pricing, is 40B pricing. It's like $270,000.
The owner can list the property at market rate if they're unable to sell it after 180 days. But Germain said he thinks that's highly unlikely to happen. Ultimately, the board voted to reverse their previous vote and allow the owner to sell the property. Reporting from Hanson, Christian Maitre, WATD News.
At Cape Cod 5, we know that strong businesses create strong communities. That's why we're committed to being more than just a bank. We're a trusted financial partner dedicated to helping businesses of all sizes thrive. Whether it's a local business looking for its first loan, a family-owned business planning for the next generation, or an expanding company seeking new opportunities, we provide the financial solutions and personalized support to fuel success. Reach out to us. We're here to help. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It's 8:09, your Wednesday drive. We do have volume on the expressway northbound, and it looks like it's heavy right from the split all the way up towards Columbia Road. Route 3 north is slow, passing Route 3A in Kingston, and then we have more delays. Actually, 3A in Duxbury, I should say. It's by the 3A Duxbury exit, and then slow up in Braintree. The southbound side, not too bad at the Sagamore. We do have delays at the Bourne Bridge. It looks pretty heavy there up and over the bridge and around the Rotary. 24, not too bad through Brockton and Avon. A little slow at the top end, approaching 93. 93, reduced speeds out of Braintree, heading over to Canton. 128, sluggish, 95 to 109. 93 northbound is slow in Braintree, getting onto the expressway. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
We're not quite out of the wet woods just yet here across Greater Boston, the Metro South and the South Shore. We've got a cold front making its approach, and it promises to be the trigger mechanism for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop may contain a downpour. We do have, again, some of that patchy fog around here early on, and then we should find some partial sunshine, so the day is not a complete washout. The high temperature should be close to 80 to 85 degrees. Coming up for tonight, look for a mostly cloudy sky, still a shower or thundery downpour around. The overnight low temperature near 60, but once the wind shifts into the west and northwest, we dry out nicely for Thursday. The front goes offshore. We're left with an ample amount of sun. Your top temp near 80. Friday's mostly sunny. The high near 80 away from our South Shore beaches where an easterly sea breeze will set up shop. And on Saturday, it's mostly sunny as well with a cooling easterly wind. The high temperature in the upper 70s. Some delightful summer weather. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Right now, 70 degrees out there, 8:11. It's Wednesday. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala right here, 95.9 WATD.
Good morning, the South Shore's Morning News.
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy, yeah.
Great to have you along this morning on this middle of the week, Wednesday. And in this segment, we're going to just tell you about a great show that is opening up at the Company Theater in Norwell. And it's Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, the musical, and it opens up July 24th and it runs through August 16th. And it's really just a great show, again, featuring the music of Alanis Morissette. And it opens up again July 24th and runs through August 16th at the Company Theater in Norwell. CompanyTheater.com. CompanyTheater.com is the website to find out more about it. And we wanted to remind you because the show is opening up in just a couple days and really great. And we know so many of you enjoy the music of Alanis Morissette. In fact, we know Alanis Morissette herself was at Levitate on Saturday night. This show is based on her music, and it's called Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill, the musical, July 24th through August 16th. And we expect to hear from Zoe Bradford, the artistic director of the Company Theater in Norwell, and having a little trouble getting her in. Might be trouble with her phone, but if she does come on, we'll get her in. If not, I'll try to just give a plug because I know the show is opening up very soon, and we want you to go see it locally. Music by Alanis Morissette, and the musical inspired by the 1995 album of the same name by Alanis Morissette that deals with pain, healing, and empowerment. It premiered, I believe, in Cambridge here in Massachusetts in 2018, and the show began playing on Broadway in 2019, and then I think it was affected by COVID. For the 74th Tony Awards, Jagged Little Pill won 2 awards on 15 nominations. It also won the Grammy Award for Best Musical Theater Album. So, Jagged Little Pill, based on the music of Alanis Morissette and inspired by that 1995 album. It's a great show, so if you're a fan of Alanis Morissette music, and also if you're a fan of the messages that the songs talk about, then you will love this musical, and we encourage you to get tickets. You can go to CompanyTheater.com. And again, the show runs July 24th through August 16th. July 24th through August 16th. Go to CompanyTheater.com. The Company Theater in Norwell. And we encourage you to get your tickets, and you can enjoy some great shows over at the Company Theater in Norwell. They have a lot of great shows, as always, coming up, including this one. So experience the area premiere of this show. And again, this should be good, as we talked about great songs like Ironic, Hand in My Pocket, You Ought to Know, And it's for mature audiences, so keep that in mind. July 24th through August 16th, Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. Get the details on the webpage at companytheater.com, companytheater.com, to find out more about the Company Theater in Norwell, the award-winning theater with 46 years of quality entertainment. Pretty amazing. They've had a lot of great shows over the years, and this is going to be another great one as well. So go to companytheater.com, get your tickets, and we hope you enjoy the show. Time now is 8:15 on the South Shore's Morning News. Great to have you along on a Wednesday. Watching your money now.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. Stocks appear headed for a dip at the bell this morning after closing higher Tuesday. The Nasdaq led the way, gaining 1.3%. The S&P added 0.9%. The Dow Jones yesterday rose 385 points to close at 52,225. OpenAI says it's reinforcing its internal security after one of its advanced artificial intelligence models went rogue. The OpenAI agent escaped a testing environment, gained internet access, and stole login credentials from a startup tech firm. It's a first for Samsung, a credit card. The Samsung Galaxy card, which runs on the Visa network, will offer cash back on purchases of Samsung products. The physical card is metal with a black Samsung logo. Over at Sony, PlayStation has announced that it's going all digital. Console games made after January 2028 will not be available on disc. Gamers will still buy a box, but it will contain a download code. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Join the South Shore Conservatory for a swingin' evening under the stars. This Saturday, it's Sinatra Under the Stars with a swingin' affair big band in the Carr Amphitheater. Artistic director Steve Bass and vocalist Donnie Norton team up to present an unforgettable night of tunes from the Great American Songbook, featuring crooners from the Rat Pack era, including Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin, Dean Martin, and Ella Fitzgerald. Enjoy the lively vibe as some of Boston's best jazz artists deliver big band swing at its finest. It's Sinatra Under the Stars with South Shore Conservatory this Saturday at 7. Tickets are available online at sscmusic.org.
There's an electricity in the air and on the ground in downtown Plymouth. This summer and all the way through the Thanksgiving parade, ride from the waterfront to the courthouse or travel all the way down Court Street for free. Simply download the Ride Circuit app on your phone and put in a request for a ride. Park once, ride free. Ride Circuit will pick you up and drop you off anywhere in the Plymouth Historic District. The all-electric vehicles save congestion, pollution, and plenty of hassle. Download the Ride Circuit app today and begin your Plymouth adventure. Sponsored by cplymouth.com and Park Plymouth.
Go ahead, indulge yourself. Tonight at 9, tune into the Francesca Lucas Show and join me for provocative conversation, intriguing stories, and inspiration. So sit back and relax, or be stimulated, or both, because being connected feels good. It's contagious, and I personally want to spread it around. Don't miss the Francesca Lucas Show tonight at 9 on 95.9 WATD.
WATD time now is 8:18. We'll get an update on traffic and weather on the 9s. Well, first came the explosive sickness. Now comes the lawsuits. ABC's Jim Ryan tells us about the growing roster of legal claims made against a fast food chain linked to a massive outbreak of illness.
From Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
We do have the outbreak under control.
The bad news for Taco Bell is that at least 4 lawsuits have been filed by people who say they caught the brutal stomach bug.
Oh, we'll get more on that now. I guess we had that story there, and sorry about that. Here's Jim Ryan.
The good news about cyclosporiasis comes from Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
We do have the outbreak under control.
The bad news for Taco Bell is that at least 4 lawsuits have been filed by people who say they caught the brutal stomach bug after eating at the fast food restaurant. Up the supply chain, says Kennedy.
We and the companies that are involved have implemented a recall.
The CDC is investigating nearly 7,000 confirmed or suspected cases of cyclosporiasis. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Time now is 8:19, and back out to the roads we go. WATD's traffic and weather. We update it every 10 minutes on the 9s, and the expressway northbound is jammed from Braintree up to Columbia Road. Route 3 is busy in the Braintree area, approaching the split. We also had some delays on Route 3 northbound getting by 3A in Duxbury. Not bad at the Sagamore or the Bourne. 24, a little slow approaching 93 and 93. Still some pockets out of Braintree over to Canton and 128 sluggish 95 to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather, and we check in with meteorologist Josh Nichols with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. Josh, your report is sponsored by King Optical. Choose from thousands of custom frames or get replacement lenses crafted for your favorite pair of glasses. You can clearly see why they've been in business for over 70 years. Visit kingoptical.net.
We're not quite out of the wet woods just yet here across Greater Boston, the Metro South and the South Shore. We've got a cold front making its approach, and it promises to be the trigger mechanism for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop may contain a downpour. We do have, again, some of that patchy fog around here early on, and then we should find some partial sunshine, so the day is not a complete washout. The high temperature should be close to 80 to 85 degrees. Coming up for tonight, look for a mostly cloudy sky, still a shower or thundery downpour around. The overnight low temperature near 60, but once the wind shifts into the west and northwest, we dry out nicely for Thursday. The front goes offshore. We're left with an ample amount of sun. Your top temp near 80. Friday's mostly sunny. The high near 80 away from our South Shore beaches where an easterly sea breeze will set up shop. And on Saturday, it's mostly sunny as well with a cooling easterly wind. The high temperature in the upper 70s. Some delightful summer weather. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Hi, I'm Janessa at King Optical. Are you living with the crushing pain of a migraine? Or constantly battling crippling light sensitivity? Tired of hiding in the dark? King Optical has a game-changing solution. We're proud to offer Avalux lenses, the first and only FDA-cleared lenses specifically for migraine patients. Avalux helps you manage triggering light, so you can stop waiting for the pain to pass and get back to doing what you love without side effects. Don't let the light control your life. Visit King Optical today at 20 School Street West in Braintree or online at kingoptical.net.
WATD Sports at 8:22. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Our sports report is sponsored by Green Harbor Golf Club. Well, the Red Sox, they were not able to play last night. The rain came and it was heavy, and so game postponed until today. We're going to have a day-night doubleheader over at Fenway, the Red Sox and Orioles. First pitch, 1:35 for the afternoon game. The night game will be at 7:10, and the Red Sox trying to make it 15 straight wins. Haven't done that since 1946. The New England Revolution will be hosting Toronto FC. That'll be tonight at 7:30 in Foxborough. And that's our update on sports on WATD.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind on the South Shore? Head to Winslow's Kitchen Bar and Range at Green Harbor Golf Club in Marshfield. Whether you're fresh off the course or craving great food with a view, Winslow's delivers. Enjoy classic American favorites and handcrafted cocktails overlooking the beautiful fairways. Join friends for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing drink on the patio. At Winslow's, the basics are done with excellence. For your favorite dishes elevated to gourmet standards, visit Winslow's today at 624 Webster Street in Marshfield and taste the difference.
Few make it big in motorsports, but the real reward for most is the joy of competition. I'm Miles Heeger. The excitement and danger of motorsports are the reasons drivers love to race and why fans keep showing up. Join me and my guests each week as we discuss the local short tracks while also sharing opinions and insight on the National Series. Tune in to Miles on Motorsports tonight at 7 here on 95.9 WATD.
Find out about all of WATD's contests and official rules online at 959watd.com/contests.
Hey, you know, it's Wednesday, and I do want to let you know Project Arts Plymouth. Grab a blanket and join Project Arts of Plymouth for their 29th season of free summer concerts. A summer tradition, Wednesday nights, 6:30 to 9 on the historic Plymouth waterfront. And we invite you to stop by tonight for another Tequila Sunrise and their tribute to the Eagles, plus enjoy bites from local food trucks and family-friendly activities right by the water. Bring a lawn chair, a blanket, and an appetite for great music every Wednesday night at the Bandstand and the DCR Pilgrim Memorial State Park near Plymouth Rock, 6:30 to 9. You can learn all about the Project Arts series online at projectarts.com. That's projectarts.com.
WATD is proud to have been voted Best FM Radio Station by readers of South Shore Home, Life and Style magazine. And congratulations to Miles Heeger from Miles on Motorsports for winning Best Local Radio Personality, and Rob Hakala for winning the runner-up spot. Plus, the Bethany Builders Podcast picked up the Runners-Up Award for Best Local Podcast. Thank you from the South Shores Radio Station, 95.9 WATD.
Hey, this is Chris Atwood of The Alternative, Friday nights here on 95.9 WATD. Join me Saturday, July 25th for Rock the Lot number 7, featuring a free parking lot concert with 4 bands. 80s cover band, Dark Crushes, Warped Tour power pop sensations Far Above the Ground, Boston's old school U2 tribute band, A Sort of Homecoming, Warthog, Boston's premier Ramones tribute band, and a sight and sound experience by Alien TV. Rock the Lot, Saturday, July 25th from 3 to 7 p.m. in Stowwagon Brewery's parking lot in Marshfield, next to WATD. Rock the Lot, free for the people, brought to you by Stowwagon Brewery, The Alternative, and 95.9 WATD.
Yeah, I can't believe that's coming up. It's Stellwagen Saturday, Rock the Lot. So make sure you head on down and see Chris Atwood. That'll be at Stellwagen on Saturday. Saturday at Stellwagen here on Route 139. Rock the Lot with Chris Atwood of The Alternative. Rob Hakala with the morning team coming to you from the beautiful WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. And, of course, you can check it out with our live YouTube feed. And you can check out and watch and like and subscribe there. Coastal Heritage Bank, thanks for sponsoring our studio. Coastal Heritage Bank, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank. Growing together, member FDIC, member DIF. Coastal Heritage Bank. Text line is available for you if you want to connect into the show, anything you want to comment on or pass along, or a pet peeve or Wednesday wine specifically, as we call them, a topic that you would like to complain about that's on your mind that you want Francesca to talk about or highlight in the Wednesday wine, something that bothers you. It's a chance for you to get it off your chest, and you can text in 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. 4900. The text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. Thank you for checking in, Maria from Auto Shine, on our own text line, 781-837-4900. U.S. and Iranian forces exchange attacks for an 11th consecutive day overnight. We've been watching, of course, the price of gas already over $4 in spots. Seems like any other place it's approaching $4, and seemingly no end to the conflict in sight. ABC News Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz is in Jordan with more on the conflict.
At the White House, our Mary Bruce pressing President Trump about what comes next.
Mr. President, there are no signs that Iran is ready to stop fighting. So what is the plan? Is the plan to just keep bombing until they give up?
There are no signs. Why, do you know something that I don't know?
Well, they continue to attack our allies and kill Americans.
Trump insisting that the Iranians want to meet, something he has said many times before.
Until they're ready to meet in a meaningful way, we have no interest.
18 service members have now died in this conflict, including those 4 killed since Friday.
Yeah, we have more about those that have died in the conflict.
The wife of 30-year-old Sergeant Michael Swinton of North Carolina telling ABC News he was an amazing husband and father to his 2 young children. The father of 25-year-old First Lieutenant Tyler Feehan tells ABC, "Our hearts are shattered," calling his son and the others who were killed our heroes.
It was ABC News Global Affairs anchor Martha Raddatz. Coming up, 8:30 News with Christine James. Next half hour, our once-a-month Croy Health segment with Croy Health and Renee McInnes coming up after the 8:30 News on WATD. 8:29, WATD's traffic and weather on the 9s. And as we take a look at the ride on the expressway northbound, still tough from Braintree up to Columbia Road. Route 3 mainly slow in the Braintree stretch. Southbound not bad at the Sagamore. 25 east is okay at the Bourne. 24 northbound is jammed from Padelford Street to perhaps work crew near 140. And then we've got a pretty good ride up through Brockton and Avon. 93 is slow out of Braintree, getting over towards Pockapog on 93 South. This report is sponsored by the Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early have helped thousands of Massachusetts injury victims fight for the compensation they deserve. Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777. South Shore weather for today. We are going to have clouds, perhaps some breaks of sun, a risk of a shower. High today, 77. This afternoon, clouds mixing with sun, a risk of a shower, a thunder shower. This evening, passing clouds, a shower, a thunder shower early, then clearing, a low 62. Tomorrow, bright sunshine, 73. Right now, 71 degrees in Marshfield. Good morning. It's 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
71 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:30. Meteorologist Josh Nichols calling for a high today of 77 with a risk of a shower or even a thunder shower. News this hour brought to you by Tiny and Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. Call 1-888-64-TINIES. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
Latest tracking on Tropical Storm Bertha has it skirting the Gulf Coast, headed for New Orleans, and later Houston. It's southeast of Florida, filling sandbags in New Orleans. ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Tropical Storm Bertha is gaining strength and making a run west along the Gulf Coast. Outer bands bringing high waves and winds to Panama City Beach, Florida.
11th night of air attacks on Iran wrapped up, says the U.S. military. Another reason why there's no oil tanker traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, a blockade not only by the U.S., but by Iran-backed Houthi rebels from Yemen, helping spike oil and gasoline prices. Defense Secretary Hegseth on Capitol Hill pushing for over $80 billion more for the war.
And that is ABC. Meanwhile, here, jury selection continues today in the Clancy murder trial. 12 jurors were chosen as of the close of day yesterday. This is the murder trial of the Duxbury woman who is expected to argue that postpartum issues were the reason she killed her 3 children. Lindsay Clancy pleading not guilty to the 3 counts of murder and the deaths of her children, 5-year-old Cora, 3-year-old Dawson, and 8-month-old Callan in January of 2023. Now, 12 have been chosen so far. A total of 18 jurors, including 6 alternates, will be chosen for the trial, which means if they get through this today with the rest of the jurors chosen, then they could go to opening arguments as soon as tomorrow. Prosecutors argue Clancy used exercise bands to strangle her 3 children, but Clancy's attorney, Kevin Reddington, plans to lay out an insanity defense.
Just last summer, Joe Weatherby took his son, Joe Jr., on his first deep-sea fishing trip. The water was beautiful after a red sky night, and Joe had broke out his fisherman's hat with every lucky bauble he had. All signs pointed to a big day for the Weatherbys. And wouldn't you know it, after just an hour out on the ocean, Joe Jr. caught the big one, a real whopper of a fish, a 4-foot, 50-pound Boston hake. It took all of Joe Jr.'s might to reel it in, but he sure made Dad proud. Back on the dock, Joe Sr. beamed with pride as his son posed for a picture with his catch. But as it turned out, that old hake had a little fight left in him. The fish wriggled free from Joe Jr.'s grasp, flew through the air, and landed right on the harbor master's SUV, smashing through the windshield. How's that for the one that got away?
I'm Peter Brown from Tiny and Sons Auto Glass. Windshield broken? Just call 1-888-64-TINIES, and thank you.
8:34 here on 95.9 News Now, sponsored by South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. An annual fishing outing for veterans will be held today. Our Tom Gorman has a preview.
Disabled veterans from Greater Boston will be spending today doing some fishing on Quincy Bay. The 68th Annual Harvey's Saltwater Fishing Club's Disabled Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon will draw about 200 veterans. Club President Kevin Gomez tells WATD News the outing began nearly 7 decades ago with just over a dozen veterans.
It was 14 veterans got taken out from a VA in Chelsea. And now, like I said, we can go up to 220 around that. So it still ops them into the lifeblood of this whole event. We get about 18 to 22 boats and try to fill them all up and take them all out fishing. It's really grown, and I'm glad it is where it is now.
It's a special day for the veterans.
A lot of these guys are in the hospital all year long. We get them out of the VA for the day. It's probably one of the best days of the year because they're stuck all year. And just to feel the sun on the face and smell the salt water and see all the couple hundred volunteers that we have down there, honestly, just wanting to see them smile and helping them out. It's really a great day for them.
Club Secretary Tina Lyons says that the veterans are bused from various facilities.
So we get all these disabled veterans from the various hospitals amongst the state of Massachusetts and in various other entities as well from VAs, VA programs. And we welcome them all, and they're all more than welcome to come down, and they get on the lobster boats. They enjoy a great day of fishing.
The Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon gets underway this morning at Quincy Yacht Club. Tom Gorman, WATD News.
Hanson Select Board reversing a prior vote related to an affordable housing unit at the Dunham Farm Housing Development on Main Street. The board became aware last month that the owner of the affordable housing unit intended to sell the property. Hanson Select Board Chair Laura Fitzgerald-Kemet said members were worried that the property would not stay affordable.
So initially we were going to just let the individuals who owned the property sell it, but keep it as affordable. Then subsequent facts became available, and I said, does this mean we're going to lose an affordable unit? And we did some research, and we decided, yes, that was the case. And then we voted to exercise our right of first refusal.
The right of first refusal giving the town the right to purchase the property if funding for the purchase is approved at the next town meeting in October. Fitzgerald-Kemet said the board made the decision based on their already low affordable housing stock in Hanson.
In order for 40Bs not to come in and be able to do literally whatever they want in your town, you have to have 10% affordable housing. We're far from that. What we were initially concerned with was that if this unit got sold and the affordability component wasn't maintained, that would be one less unit towards our affordable housing.
Fitzgerald-Kemet said the owner of the property became upset, saying that he needed to sell the property soon to prevent financial hardship. But at the meeting, a member of the Dunham Farms Board of Trustees said the owner is still required to sell the house at an affordable rate.
It has to be sold at the affordable price, and it has to be sold to a person who qualifies for that. So in essence, by letting it just roll, we're still preserving the affordability and we're not losing a unit.
So the board ultimately voted to lift their right of first refusal to allow the owner to sell the property. The owner can list the property at market price after 180 days if it's unable to sell. Stray bullet striking the Catholic Charities office in Brockton, narrowly missing employees. Police say the shooting was reported on Court Street just before 2 yesterday afternoon. A bullet penetrated the exterior wall of the Catholic Charities building at 169 Court Street. There were employees inside at the time, but no one was injured. Officers searched the nearby area for evidence. No suspects have been identified, and that investigation remains ongoing.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another group of everyday American heroes, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Office Crew.
Ain't no I in office crew.
Actually, yes there is.
My bad.
These swivel chair jockeys are a triage team of first responders to bad weather. So when Mother Nature is at her worst, these adorable apes are at their best. With superhuman-like skills, they perform those underappreciated tasks, answering phone calls, booking appointments, and giving free estimates right over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And when the South Shore Gutter Monkey crews return from their daily work schedule, those curators of the cubicles rise to the tasks of filing, accounts receivables, and ledger entries.
Not all heroes wear capes.
To converse with one of these paper-pushing primates, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial. Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And at 8:39, we are dealing with the slow spots. No incidents, no crashes or breakdowns right now. Just heavy traffic on the expressway. That's been tough most of the morning from Braintree and Furnace Brook up towards Columbia Road. Again, approaching the O'Neill Tunnel. The drive time Braintree to Boston is about 35 minutes this morning. Route 3 along the South Shore, not too bad. You did have a little bit of a pocket getting by the Duxbury exit, Route 14, and near that lane shift work zone. But beyond there, you're fine until you get towards Union Street. A little slow around the curve up in Braintree. Southbound at the Sagamore, no delays. A little bit of company over the Bourne Bridge down into the Rotary. 24 is slow getting by work near 140 and 44 in the Taunton area. And then it's slow approaching 93 in Randolph. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory this morning, not quite as breezy as yesterday, but still a bit of a breeze coming in out of the south and southwest. They did log a peak wind gust yesterday morning to 39 miles per hour. Southwesterly winds will continue here for this Wednesday for Blue Hill and across all of Greater Boston, the Metro South and the South Shore. And we'll find some partial sun, a little bit of fog this morning, especially in our valleys. And then into the afternoon in particular, a couple more showers and thunderstorms will develop, especially later into the afternoon. The high temperature into the low and mid 80s, and much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop will be capable of producing a downpour. For tonight, we'll look for a couple of those scattered showers and thunderstorms around, especially early on. Later into the night, it's mostly cloudy. Overnight lows near 60. And then for tomorrow, it looks like a beauty of a day from hilltop to seashore with an ample amount of sun, a northwesterly breeze, the high temperature near 80. For your Thursday night, it's mainly clear. Overnight lows will be into the upper 50s. No need for the air conditioner. Friday is sunny. Your top temp away from our South Shore beaches near 80, likely into the mid-70s. Places like Duxbury Beach. Saturday is mostly sunny with highs in the upper 70s. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
And right now we're looking at 71 degrees out there, 841. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back, saying good morning again to our very own Rob Hakala, right here, 95.9 WATD, cool as a cucumber amid the heat in the building.
Christine, thank you so much. The
South Shore 84 degrees out there in the hallway?
It is indeed, yeah.
Come on, Sigma, we need you.
South Shore's morning news continues. I know, we do need that. It is very warm out in the hallway, but comfortable in studio, and I've got two guests in here, very comfortable as well on the morning news. And once a month, we do have our Croy Health segment, formerly NVNA and Hospice. Croy Health, proud to provide quality home care, hospice, and palliative services to 27 towns from Plymouth to Milton. Visit croyhealth.org, CROI health.org. And as always, we have the CEO of Croy Health in studio once a month, Renee McGinnis. Renee, good morning to you.
Hey, Rob. How are you?
I'm doing great. How have you been? You had a good, having a good summer still?
Yeah, good so far. No complaints.
All right.
I love the heat, so all good.
Oh, then you probably love it in the WATD hallway.
Yeah.
A little bit of a swampy feel out there. All right. Well, anyway, summertime is good. Yeah, you got to enjoy the heat because the opposite, we remember, we don't want to think about what it was like last winter.
We will be complaining in February.
Hey, all right. Well, it's good to have you, Renee, in studio as always. And, of course, we're up on YouTube as well. And you'll see that Renee, again, has brought a great expert guest with her as usual. Renee, right?
Yes, I have. So Dr. Nick Chikas, who was with me on another segment, back today. I'll let Nick introduce himself and what he's doing for Croy Health, our hospice and palliative care medical director. And we're going to talk a little bit about Most and Pulse today. So, Nick, if you sort of want to give a little quick bio.
Sure. Thanks, Renee. Hi, Rob. Good to see you again.
Good to see you, Dr. Chikas.
So as Renee said, I'm Nick Chikas. I'm a pulmonary critical care doc by training. I spent a bunch of years in the ICU at South Shore Hospital and have been at Croy Health for a little over 6 months now as the medical director of hospice and palliative medicine. And I am excited to talk about that today.
Great. Right. Good. Want to talk more about palliative care and hospice. So everyone's always confused about what does it mean? What is palliative care? What is hospice? So maybe explain a little bit, Nick, about, at Croy Health, how we are caring for patients, palliative care patients or seriously ill patients in the home. Goal is to, offer them comfort measures that help them to stay home, symptoms, and not go to the hospital, but live their life. have a quality of life and not in and out of the emergency room. So maybe explain a little bit about what we're doing.
Yeah, so I think it's an important distinction. And I think there's a lot of confusion in the community. And then, I see it amongst healthcare professionals too, of kind of using the terms palliative and hospice interchangeably when they're really two distinct entities. So palliative care is a branch of care aimed at really focusing on the person as a whole in caring for someone with advanced illness, while they are often still pursuing curative treatment. So patients with advanced lung disease, advanced heart disease, advanced cancer, who are going under treatment with their cardiologist, their pulmonologist, their oncologist, and trying to get better, but suffering with a lot of symptoms. And that's where palliative care comes in, to really focus on those symptoms and on the person as a whole, and trying to help support them the best they can.
Right.
It's also a service that helps to engage in discussion about what options are if those treatments stop working or stop becoming an option. Hospice is a service aimed at supporting people who are at or near the end of their life. The insurance coverage for hospice is geared from Medicare for people who are felt in the view of their doctor to be in their last 6 months of life. And Medicare acknowledges that we don't have a crystal ball, and many times are wrong in that assessment. But that's the general focus of hospice, is on supporting people when they really are near the end of their life.
Right. And I think there is, I get phone calls, as does Nick and many other people at my organization, with people we know at the end, loved one is at the end of life. And someone I just spoke to the other day, and she said, well, I don't know, maybe they said a couple of weeks, so is that hospice? I'm like, oh, yes, it is. President Carter was on hospice for 2 years because, it was end of life, but no crystal ball, right?
We don't, yeah.
Right, so.
And I think that's important to acknowledge because, I think hospice has this stigma attached to it in this country, and many people think of it as a service for when you're in your last hours or days of life. And that's really, we certainly care for many people who come onto hospice in their last hours or days, and we can provide some good support, but the full benefit of the service is when we can engage with a patient and their family over a longer period of time and provide more support.
100%. And people understand that once they do get the services, they say, wow, I wish I had had these services sooner. They never say, I wish I had had these services later, right?
No, we never say that. And that's why I know you wanted to make sure we highlight again about planning and having these conversations, because it's so important. Everybody would love to, always say, well, what would so-and-so want? And sometimes, it's so sad when we don't know and we're just trying to figure it out. But imagine if you could get what anybody wanted and you would want to know their wishes, right, and have it spelled out.
100%. And it's never something people really want to talk about, but it's so important. So, Nick, I would like to talk a little bit about the MOLST and what that is, and now there's going to be the POLST and what that is, so people understand when they go see their primary care physician or they're in the hospital, whatever might happen with a health encounter, when someone says to them, do you have a MOLST, and now do you have a POLST? What does that mean?
Yeah, so, I think it's important to explain that, because there's terms I'm not familiar with and I don't know.
Right.
So real quick before that, first and foremost, get a healthcare proxy.
Right.
Fill out a healthcare proxy form. You need 2 witnesses that are not the person you're identifying as a proxy, because the MOLST and the POLST that's to come are geared at giving advice to your proxy about your decisions on specific choices. But you can't predict what options you might be faced with. And so your proxy is the one who can be a living, breathing person to help act on your behalf. But the MOLST is the Massachusetts Maintenance of Life-Sustaining Treatment form. It's a pink piece of paper that many of you may have seen or heard about, where you're designating choices about things like, would you want CPR if your heart were to stop beating? Would you want to be kept alive on a ventilator if you couldn't breathe on your own? And it's a really important form to review and go over and fill out with your doctor, both to designate what your choices are, and again, to kind of serve as a guide for discussing with your healthcare proxy what your wishes may be. Massachusetts is joining a growing number of states in becoming a pulsed state that is geared for April of 27, so less than a year away. And the PULST stands for the Physician Order of Life-Sustaining Treatment, and will take the place of the MOLST and be an electronic repository where EMTs, doctors' offices, hospitals will all have access, and it'll eliminate the confusion that we often run into where, oh, do they have a MOLST? I don't know. Oh, I think it's in that drawer. I can't find it.
Yeah.
So this will be available easily for everyone to access. And so that's coming in less than a year. And that's something that at Croy Health will be pretty active in helping to make that transition. It will not make the MOLST invalid. People who have a filled out MOLST, it's fine. It'll still be valid, but it'll be the path moving forward.
Okay, so this is something that helps standardize, but also makes it better. I mean, this is a good use of technology, right?
It's a good use of technology. Yeah.
I mean, because we have it available to us, so why not use it? As opposed to, you said you come in and you can't find something, it's missing. I mean, you always think about all these things are not happening at a very calm, peaceful moment. These are happening at stressful moments.
Well, that's exactly right.
I don't know where it is. I don't know. Time is of the essence at this point, so...
Right, and you don't know where your loved one put it, and this is great with the technology that anyone can access it at any time, because Nick working in the ICU, and I had worked as a nurse in the ICU, there were many times we did not know what the patient wanted. And that's really hard for the healthcare proxy.
Well, I was going to say, what did you do, or what have people been doing? Right, it's very stressful. Like,
it's very stressful.
You can't necessarily.
Do we continue life-sustaining treatment? Do we continue the ventilator? When do you make those decisions? It's really hard.
And those are always going to be hard decisions for healthcare proxies. But I think many times I have seen people have a lot more peace with the decisions when they can say, listen, we talked about this. I have this MOLST form that says what they wanted, and I'm going to respect those wishes.
So is this as a database? Is it something so no matter where I go, I can punch it up and it's there? Or
I think it's going to be mostly healthcare professionals that are accessing it.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be like, this is going to be essentially HIPAA protected information.
Well,
right?
That's what I meant.
It's your wishes. Like, I can't look up Rob Hakala's wishes just for fun.
I understand.
But so all health organizations are going to have access to it, and it'll be filling it out with your doctor, just like you do your MOLST now.
Will those be shared with other states if you move, or could it?
They should be accessible in the states that are PULST states. I think there are around 14 right now.
Okay, so this is still kind of coming together, and Massachusetts is going to get on board then, it sounds like. Okay, wow. So 27, you said April 2020?
April of 2027.
Okay.
So about, 9 months away.
Not that far off.
Wow, well, so that sounds like it is a step. You guys would agree, obviously, because you guys see this all the time. This is a step in the right direction. Then.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, so MOLST to PULST, and Dr. Nicholas Chikas with us, Croy Health's Hospice and Palliative Medical Director, along with the CEO Renee McGinnis, and of course, for more information and to reach out, Renee, people can always go to the website, and get connected, right?
Absolutely.
Go to Croy Health, and again, that's CROI health.org, croyhealth.org. Croy Health, and of course, we do this once a month on WATD with Renee McGinnis, and of course, special guests like Dr. Nicholas Chikas. Renee and Doctor, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Time now is 8:53. Back out to the roads we go. Let's get you updated on the traffic and the weather. We check it every 10 minutes in the morning. And the ride this morning along the expressway, that's jammed from Braintree as you make your way up towards Columbia Road. So it's still slow. Most of the way up the drive is about 37 minutes end to end, so still pretty busy there. Route 3, a little slow at the top end in Braintree. Not bad at the Sagamore and Bourne bridges. 24, a little slow, getting by 140, some work, and then again approaching 93. 93 is sluggish out of Braintree. Got some slow spots getting over to Route 24. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. And our weather is being sponsored this time around by Bell Star Jewelry, now under ownership by the Frasca family. And we encourage you to head on over to Bell Star Jewelry. Tax-free weekend, is coming up August 8th and 9th. Beat the rush. Shop Bell Star Jewelry now, and they'll hold your purchase. So your sale is processed tax-free this weekend. So get on over there, make your selection. Shop Bell Star Jewelry in the Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke. Bell Star Jewelry.
We're not quite out of the wet woods just yet here across Greater Boston, the Metro South from the South Shore. We've got a cold front making its approach, and it promises to be the trigger mechanism for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And much like yesterday, any thunderstorm that does develop may contain a downpour. We do have, again, some of that patchy fog around here early on, and then we should find some partial sunshine, so the day is not a complete washout. The high temperature should be close to 80 to 85 degrees. Coming up for tonight, look for a mostly cloudy sky, still a shower or thundery downpour around. The overnight low temperature near 60. But once the wind shifts into the west and northwest, we dry out nicely for Thursday. The front goes offshore. We're left with an ample amount of sun. Your top temp near 80. Friday's mostly sunny, the high near 80 away from our South Shore beaches where an easterly sea breeze will set up shop. And on Saturday, it's mostly sunny as well with a cooling easterly wind, the high temperature in the upper 70s. Some delightful summer weather. Next weather in just 10 minutes for WATD. I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Thanks, Josh. And right now, we're at 72. Sports next.
Jewelry is more than something you wear. It's a celebration, a milestone, a family story. The pieces you treasure today become the memories you'll pass on tomorrow. That's why generations of South Shore families have trusted Bell Star Jewelry in Pembroke for expert repair, restoration, and guidance. The Frasca family is proud to continue the tradition of personal service and craftsmanship that customers have relied on for decades. Visit Bell Star Jewelry at Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Bell Star Jewelry.
WATD Sports, sponsored by Mutual of Omaha and our good friend David Tortolot. If you want to talk about a reverse mortgage, this is the guy to talk to. David Tortolot, Mutual of Omaha, your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David today, 617-797-3277. All right, so the Red Sox game was rained out last night. They're going to try for a day-night doubleheader. Sox and Orioles at Fenway at 1:35 p.m. and 7:10 p.m. trying to get to that franchise record 15th straight victory. If they do it today and they get that win this afternoon, that would be 15 in a row, and that would tie the 1946 record. The New England Revolution will host Toronto FC tonight at 7:30. I'm here with David Tortolot, a local certified reverse mortgage professional from Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, I've heard you say a reverse mortgage is really a financial tool. What do you mean by that?
Well, Rob, I refer to it as a financial tool because of the many ways it can be used.
All right. Well, let me throw you a few examples your way. Can someone who is well off financially benefit from a reverse mortgage?
Absolutely.
What about someone who's not well off financially? Can they benefit from a reverse mortgage?
Yes, sir.
What about families that are looking for ways to cover the cost of an in-home care so their folks can age in place rather than a nursing home?
Without a doubt, Rob. I actually have many clients that took out a reverse mortgage for this reason.
Call 617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender.
Drivers who switch to Progressive could save hundreds just by bundling home and auto insurance, because you can't go wrong saving money. Unless you spend it on a guitar, never learn to play it, but lie and say that you did. Then someone hands you a guitar at a party and asks you to play, so you decide to improvise this.
Well, don't you know that but that's not it. Dreams are fun and also good.
Yep, you can't go wrong bundling and saving money with Progressive. Well, depends on how you spend it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
For 250 years, America has been built on exploration, and there's never been a better time to hit the road. Celebrate with Sullivan Tires Explore America Road Trip Sale. Save on the tires you can trust. First, buy 3, get 1 free on all Uniroyal tires. Or get $100 instant savings when you buy 4 select Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Continental tires. And get $80 off when you buy 4 select General tires with purchase and installation.
Don't miss these special deals only this month at Sullivan Tire.
8:59, traffic and weather on the 9s. Route 3, a little pocket at Route 14 in Duxbury. Again, approaching the split. Northbound expressway, heavy Furnace Brook to Columbia Road. And then tough from Mass Ave up to the O'Neill Tunnel. Not too bad at the Cape Bridges. South Shore weather, a blend of clouds and sun. Chance for another shower, thunder shower later. A high 71 or 77 today. Good morning.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD here.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Not much talking, but more attacks in the Middle East. The United States carrying out an 11th straight night of strikes. Bahrain and Saudi Arabia this morning warning about incoming attacks. Secretary of State Marco Rubio asked about the potential for peace talks with Iran.
The problem we're having right now is that they're not serious about talks. If they're serious, we're serious. If they're not, then we will do what is necessary to protect that, our interest and also the interest of our allies.
Later this morning at Dover Air Force Base, the dignified transfer for the remains of some of the troops killed in the Middle East. President Trump will be there. Parts of the Gulf Coast facing the prospect of a hit later today from Tropical Storm Bertha. Parts of the Northeast cleaning up after strong storms that canceled thousands of flights and spawned tornadoes overnight. Some of OpenAI's artificial intelligence escaping what was supposed to be a controlled testing system and then hacking into another company on its own. This is ABC News. In New York, a former Army private has now been charged in the case of a fire set at a federal building.
An attack federal prosecutors said Andrew Arabaka had been planning since January, spending months amassing a small arsenal, including a hatchet, knives, pellet gun, BB rifle, and fireworks.
ABC's Aaron Katursky. In Wisconsin, a sanitation worker was seriously hurt when 2 oxygen tanks exploded in the back of a Milwaukee garbage truck. Here's ABC's Ike Ajachi.
The terrifying moment for 2 Milwaukee sanitation workers standing at the back of a garbage truck when oxygen tanks exploded inside. One worker knocked off his feet, then rolling on the ground before he was rushed to the hospital with a concussion and eye injury.
A first for Samsung. It's now offering its own credit card. The Samsung Galaxy card runs on the Visa network and will offer cash back on purchases of Samsung products, as well as some streaming services. I'm Sherry Preston. ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
71 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 9:02. Meteorologist Josh Nichols calling for a high today of 77, and there could be a risk of a shower or thunder shower around. And news this hour brought to you by the folks at Cape Cod 5. Cape Cod 5, they're the great bank to call, because they're passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Now we know how many ballot questions are going to be on that November 3rd ballot. 9 questions. They will include repealing the law allowing the sale of recreational marijuana and upholding strict firearms regulations. Secretary of State releasing those 9 questions yesterday. They include expanding the public records law, allowing public defenders of the Committee for Public Counsel Services to unionize, eliminating political party primaries, and allowing all candidates to be on one ballot. Also allowing Election Day voter registration and limiting state revenue, and any excess can be refunded to state taxpayers. Other questions propose using revenue from sales taxes on sporting goods, recreational vehicles, and golf courses to fund natural resources conservation, and allowing a single-family home to be built on a lot of a minimum of 5,000 square feet. State officials say that this fall's ballots could be 2 to 3 pages long. More news after this.
At Cape Cod 5, we believe financial strength isn't built alone. It's built together. From saving for a home to working toward retirement or planning for the future, we're here to provide tools, guidance, and personal service to help you move forward with confidence. And our team of community bankers will partner with you every step of the way because we care about your financial goals. And together, we can help you achieve them. We look forward to helping you. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
And at 9:04 here on 95.9, News Now brought to you by Early Law. Remember, early. Call early before it's too late. We'll get you that number in just a minute. Here we go. Early Law Group. Injured? Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. Again, Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. Well, about 200 disabled veterans will be enjoying a day of fishing today out on the water. It's the annual Harvey Saltwater Fishing Club Vets Fishing Outing and Luncheon in Quincy. The club's secretary is Tina Lyons. She tells WATD News the outing has been going on for almost 70 years.
This is going to be our 68th annual, so we're really looking forward to it, and it's America's 250th birthday party, so it even makes it extra special.
The veterans are bused from various facilities to the Quincy Yacht Club for the event.
So we get all these disabled veterans from the various hospitals amongst the state of Massachusetts and in various other entities as well from VAs, VA programs. And we welcome them all, and they're all more than welcome to come down, and they get on the lobster boats. They enjoy a great day of fishing. So we organize it all year for just one day.
Now, lobstermen donate their time and boats for the outing. That's how they do it.
And we couldn't do it without the lobstermen, too. I mean, they are core to our organization. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have our annual Vets Day.
Club President Kevin Gomez says it is a special day for the veterans.
A lot of these guys are in the hospital all year long. We get them out of the VA for the day. The VA has a sign-up sheet, and they come in busloads. We get them out. It's probably one of the best days of the year because they're stuck all year. And just to feel the sun on the face and smell the salt water and see all the couple hundred volunteers that we have down there, honestly, just wanting to see them smile and helping them out. It's really a great day for them.
Veterans Fishing Outing and Luncheon gets underway this morning. That's at the Quincy Yacht Club, and it's not only the best day of the year for a number of these vets, as we heard in the past, it's their only day of the year that they're actually out of their respective hospitals. So we hope they have a great time today. Hanson Select Board reversing course on a vote to buy an affordable housing unit. Christian Maitre explains.
Hanson Select Board members backtracked on a vote to purchase an affordable housing unit at the Dunham Farms housing development. Last month, members voted to exercise their right of first refusal, fearing that the affordable housing unit would be listed at market price. This vote gave the town the right to purchase the property. Select Board Chair Laura Fitzgerald-Kemet said that members didn't want the town to lose what little affordable housing it had.
That's really what drove us taking subsequent votes on this. We're at about high 4s to 5%. So what little stock we already have, we don't want to lose that.
Under the MBTA Communities Act, the state can approve permits for 40B housing units in Hanson if less than 10% of the town's housing is affordable. The owner of the property became upset when he learned about the Select Board's vote.
That said, this is really going to be a burden to me if I'm not able to sell this in a timely manner. If the town exercises its right of first refusal, then that means you've got to go to town meeting to get the funding. Well, our next town meeting isn't until October.
But Bob Germain, a member of the development's board of trustees, said that the select board didn't need to purchase the property to keep it affordable.
Pricing, is 40B pricing. It's like $270,000.
The owner can list the property at market rate if they're unable to sell it after 180 days. But Germain said he thinks that's highly unlikely to happen. Ultimately, the board voted to reverse their previous vote and allow the owner to sell the property. Reporting from Hanson, Christian Maitre, WATD News.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
And good morning. It is 9:09, and the ride this morning along the expressway northbound, we're heavy and slow. Furnace Brook up towards Columbia Road. So still pretty busy most of the way up the expressway. Actually, it looks heavy again getting up into the O'Neill Tunnel. So let me check that drive time. I think it's still going to be pretty tough. Yeah, 35 minutes drive time Braintree to Boston. Route 3 looks good from Plymouth up to Weymouth. Slow at the top end in Braintree, getting on to 93. 93 is slow from Braintree over to Puckapog. 24 is some slow spots through Avon. And not seeing any big delays down at the Sagamore or Bourne. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather.
Well, it'd be wise to have the rain gear before you step out the door this morning. Even though it might not be raining right now, it looks like we will find some scattered showers and thunderstorms for later into the afternoon. So that's when you might need that umbrella. Certainly keep an eye to the sky as well and stay weather aware. Any thunderstorm that does develop could contain a downpour. We've got some patchy areas of fog this morning. That southwesterly breeze still with us. The high temperature into the low and mid 80s. And for tonight, we'll look for a shower or thunderstorm around early on. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy. The low temperature near 60. Mostly sunny for the day on Thursday. The high temperature close to 80. Friday, sunny with the top temp near 80 away from our South Shore beaches, where an easterly breeze will set up in the afternoon. Saturday's mostly sunny with highs in the middle and upper 70s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
72 degrees outside our South Shore studios. 9/11, that's local news. I'm Christine James, sending us back now to Rob Hakala right here at 95.9 WATD.
Christine, here we go. Fifth and final hour of this South Shore's Morning News, coming to you from Broadcast House. Here in Marshfield, I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Thanks for listening on the radio, everywhere on the Audacy app. And of course, up on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. Like, watch, and subscribe. WATD Radio on YouTube. There's also a chat room in there. You can go and chat amongst yourselves. It's a lot of fun. Text line is available, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 if you want to comment. And we would certainly like your input on today's question as well, because it is time for Love Bites with our lifestyle coach, Francesca Luca. Love Bites, taking a bite out of love, one question at a time. Love Bites is sponsored by Meineke. Stop by Meineke's Hanover or Quincy location today for fast, reliable car care. Go with the name you know. Go with Meineke. And she is back. So glad to have her live on the line, Francesca Luca. Good morning.
Good morning. It feels good to be back, Rob. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you with the transition, getting into your new location?
It's been grueling, but I'm coming along and things are settling in. But it is good to be back. So I'm excited for the question today.
I know. Francesca's been moving to a new location, so there's been a stack of questions that have been piling up on her Love Bites desk. Let's pull up today's question here. This is from Jim. All right, I'll read it here. Jim says, I love... Is this the one? Yeah, but I love my girlfriend, but I'm starting to feel like I'm dating a child.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, here it is. Okay. Let me make sure I get the right question here. I love my girlfriend, but I'm starting to feel like I'm dating a child. Everything is a crisis. Someone is always hurting her feelings, disrespecting her, taking advantage of her, or somehow doing her wrong. And no matter what happens, she always has a reason why none of it is ever her fault. I've tried to be supportive. I've listened. I've reassured her. I've even apologized for things I didn't do just to keep the peace. But lately, I'm starting to feel like I'm being punished if I don't agree that she's the victim. If I offer a different perspective, I'm invalidating her feelings. If I suggest she might have played a role in the situation, I'm unsupportive. And if I tell her she needs to stop blaming everyone else and take some responsibility, I'm the bad guy. I'm exhausted from constantly having to prove that I'm on her side. So my question to you, Francesca, is from Jim. How do I love someone who seems addicted to being the victim without becoming another person they blame? And can I actually have a healthy relationship with someone who never believes they're part of the problem? Help. Exhausted, Francesca.
Oh,
Whew,
wow.
that was a
Jim,
lot.
It sounds like you're having a blast. No, it does. I'm just kidding. And I don't mean to make light of it because it really does sound exhausting and also irritating. Maybe she's addicted to drama. I really don't know. But you know what? Being victimized in one situation doesn't mean you have to live your entire life as one. But you know this, right? That's why you're questioning what's going on. And you know what? Maybe something genuinely unfair happened to her. Her feelings could be completely valid, but eventually the question she needs to ask herself has nothing to do with you. What am I going to do with what's happened to me? Doesn't sound like she's ever taken responsibility. And maybe it's because she's avoiding uncomfortable questions. So don't be afraid to address her. You can ask her if she's ignored red flags or if she's contributed in some way. Maybe she even made a bad choice. I mean, we do make bad choices sometimes. But whatever it is, she needs to confront herself. Ask what she could do differently the next time. Because if it's, always everyone else's fault, she never has to change anything. So, that's where it becomes a problem in a relationship. Is Christine James there today too?
She is, yeah. Christine
All right,
James.
well, I want to hear what Christine and you have to say about this and whether you're in agreement with me or whether you think I'm
let me
nuts.
get Christine in here first because this has been a while since I've been able to open the door for Christine. So let me go over
It's
here.
probably creaking.
No, I know. Well, it's good because I'm a gentleman. So let me open the door here.
Hello
Christine,
there,
come
Sonny.
on in.
How are those knees, Christine?
No, knee, just knee, singular. Fine, thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Christine's our bionic
So what do you
Yeah.
think, Missy?
Okay, a little bit different take than you have. Here's what I think. I think two different things about this situation. Number one of the universal differences between men and women. Women don't want to hear solutions to their problems. They want someone to listen to them and be sympathetic while they vent. And I think that's what this person is doing. Whether the content of that is childish, well, that's up to him to describe. Number two, people like this with the always problems all the time, I call them psychic vampires. Because they suck the living juices out of you. I think this other person needs to grow up a little bit. And I don't think she should be depending on her boyfriend to talk about all this stuff because that just, I don't know, that just wears people out and it just kills them. I haven't dealt with stuff like this with other friends since like high school.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't want to sound mean, but it's like, is that really how you want to spend your time?
Well,
Change the situation.
Who knows? Maybe that was her model growing up. Maybe her mother always complained to her father. I don't know. But I just want to share this. I don't know to the listeners. There's a great YouTube video. It's called It's Not About the Nail. And this woman has a nail in her head and she's complaining how it's catching on everything, her sweaters, she can't sleep, it's on and on and on, and she keeps saying, but it's not about the nail, and he says, but it is the nail. So you're right, there is this concrete difference between men and women, but for him to have written in, it does, to me anyway, it does sound like it's a little overdone. I mean, she's saying that, it's always the other person, someone's always hurting her. So I don't know where you draw the line. What do you think, Rob?
Well, I think it's too much. I mean, because he says right in the first sentence, I feel like I'm dating a child, which, Christine was talking about being in high school. So we're seeing definitely, I think the consensus would be a lack of maturity. And so I feel it would be too much. There are probably relationships, though, and you guys would probably agree, where some people will just sit there and just say yes just to make the person...
To keep the peace.
Yes.
And that's no way to
live.
But he does
say exactly that.
I think he's getting sick. But I suspect some people go through their whole life just being this role. And it's probably...
Dear.
Yeah, and just, whatever.
Whatever
even though
you
they
say,
know
Rob.
But then they're not really listening and they're not...
But he did say that. He did say that.
I feel like he's getting
that he apologizes just to keep the peace.
Yeah, and now it's just getting too much.
And if this woman, I don't know if she's, again, I don't know how old she is, but if she finds she seems to be in situations like this over and over again, then she needs to change the way she responds to people.
Exactly. And I just want to go back to, if you keep the peace, you keep wanting to keep the peace by just agreeing, it's going to be a bad idea because it's enabling her. And you're going to definitely create a really unhealthy reality. And then it kind of turns into I don't know, maybe this is too deep, but emotional manipulation. So, the real test obviously is can she hear feedback? Because if it's really bothering you, you can just say something like, hey, everyone's allowed to be wrong. And, I hear where you're coming from, but a healthy partner has to be able to eventually say, okay, maybe I did play a part in this. But again, Christine, you and I maybe are not exactly on the same page, because I've actually been in that boat before, and it's like, oh my God, like really? Like again, still more, right? And so if she can have that conversation and take responsibility, great. But if it turns into you don't support me, or you're just like everyone else, or worse, you're attacking me, well, I don't know. Then in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, but I'd say the relationship's kind of doomed.
Right.
And,
I don't see
you're
how
not
you
her
could.
therapist, and you're not her emotional punching bag.
But you know what? Also, I didn't hear, where's the joy in this relationship? You want to be with someone. It shouldn't be that much work. They're not married. There should be joyful times today.
Married, so that's okay.
No, I'm just saying there's not the same kind of investment as there is in a marriage, whether it's emotional, financial, etc. This is a relationship, and it's not the same impetus that you have to stay if this person's not your right partner.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. Be practical. Defend yourself.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted just hearing about this. I hated listening to it in high school.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Listen, the goal of a relationship isn't to find someone who will constantly confirm that the world's against you.
No, stop playing the victim.
Well, yeah, because
the goal, Jim, is to find someone who will sit beside you when life's hard, right? And then when you're ready, help you figure out what's gonna be done next. But that's about all I've got for you, Mr. Exhausted, today on Love Bites. So,
all right.
Unless you guys have more to offer. That's
339 says, Francesca, if they're always a victim, they're likely the problem. Okay, that's 339.
That's a good one.
Thank
you know what? I
339.
actually concur. I would say
always a victim, likely the problem. Okay.
I would tend to agree.
774 says sometimes people who claim to be victims are also cold and manipulative. Okay, that's possible, right? That's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah, like, oh, poor me, and they're actually flipping it. Right.
Right. It was funny when I was thinking when you were saying this, I knew somebody years ago that would start to tell me some convoluted story about whatever the latest wronged thing was that happened to her. And every time she started it would be like, I'm the easiest person in the world to get along with. I'm like, no, you're not.
No.
You're difficult. No, you're not.
I mean, I'm the
You're so easy. You're killing us all.
Yeah,
However.
exactly.
And finally, I'll squeeze one more in. This is from Joanne from Randolph, Francesca. Joanne says he needs, and this is all in caps, he needs to be honest with her and tell her how awkwardly emotion is taking away being happy. These awkward emotions, be honest. Maybe she will change behavior if he shares. It's possible.
Well, it's possible, but and I don't want to be a naysayer and say leopard doesn't change their spots. I don't know how old they are, if they're 18 or whether they're 38.
Well, I like that Joanne's being positive, right?
No, I do. I agree.
Saying,
I think there's
tell her,
nothing wrong. You've got to. First of all,
and she's going to be a new person. You guys,
well,
I seem a little more.
You do have to have the conversation always.
No, Christine and Francesca are saying no.
I don't. And
Okay.
I'm not talking about the leopard changes spots. People in my observations become more so as they get older. They rarely change.
It's right. We get crabbier and more.
I know. Rob, you've gotten very crabby.
Yes,
I'm just kidding.
Crabbier.
I'm just kidding.
awesome.
I heard that, Rob.
No, it's true. It is
Well,
true.
I was not around. I heard you were getting crabby. You were missing me. You were missing Love Bites.
Yes, I know. Because I mean, if you're here, you can mix it up with people. It takes the heat off me. And also, it's also because, you get more rigid as well. And it's like, you don't feel like doing as much,
Exactly.
Yeah, especially when the air conditioner's not working.
Well, yes.
Oh.
That can be an issue as well. We can have more
All
on
right,
that.
well, Mr.
Coming up in the
Exhausted.
Wednesday wine, we can complain about the lack of air conditioning in the Wednesday wine.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Francesca, if someone wants to reach out and get a Love Bite question in the queue, how do they reach out to you?
I think they already know because I've been getting them, but go to my website, talkwithfrancesca.com, and click on Contact Me.
All right, and Francesca, you'll be back after 9:30, okay?
I will.
All right, and if you have the Wednesday wine, and if there is something you would want to complain about or get off your chest, you can do that. That's what the Wednesday wine is for, and that text line is 781-837-4900. Wayne and 617, I see that you have sent in a few of those, so we will get to that coming up. If you have any pet peeve or something that's always bothered you and you want it commented on, you can do that at 781-837-4900. The text line, 781-837-4900, 95.9 WATD.
So your car's acting up again, huh? Squeaky brakes, weird noises, or that it's gonna quit on me vibe. Don't stress. Just visit Meineke in Hanover and Quincy. They'll fix it fast, keep it honest, and get you back on the road before your coffee even gets cold. Oil changes, tires, brakes, you name it, they do it. So stop stressing, start cruising, and leave the car drama to Meineke. Fast, friendly, and reliable. Meineke gets you back on the road in no time. For all your car care needs, trust Meineke.
Experience Jagged Little Pill at the Company Theatre in Norwell. This South Shore premiere is a roller coaster of emotions set to the iconic songs of Alanis Morissette. A perfect suburban family watches their carefully constructed facade begin to crumble to reveal the importance of family and forgiveness. The electrifying power of this Tony and Grammy award-winning production brings profound truths about the messy reality of a modern family to vibrant life on stage. Jagged Little Pill runs from July 24th through August 16th. Tickets are available online at companytheater.com or by calling 781-871-ARTS.
Now, the Old Colony Elder Services Tip of the Month. As we celebrate Independence Day, we're reminded that independence means something special at every life stage. For older adults, it may mean remaining connected to family, community, and culture. OCES offers services that help individuals remain independent in their own homes and communities. To learn more about how OCES supports independence at every age, visit OCESMA.org.
I'm Nicole Long, CEO at OCES. For more than 51 years, OCES has been empowering older adults and individuals with disabilities by providing information to support safe and healthy living as they grow older. Whether you need nutrition support, home care, or caregiver support, OCES connects you with the programs and community resources you need to stay independent. For more information, call 508-584-1561 or visit us at OCESMA.org.
Join the South Shore Conservatory for a swingin' evening under the stars. This Saturday, it's Sinatra Under the Stars with a swingin' affair big band in the Carr Amphitheater. Artistic director Steve Bass and vocalist Donnie Norton team up to present an unforgettable night of tunes from the Great American Songbook, featuring crooners from the Rat Pack era, including Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin, Dean Martin, and Ella Fitzgerald. Enjoy the lively vibe as some of Boston's best jazz artists deliver big band swing at its finest. It's Sinatra Under the Stars with South Shore Conservatory this Saturday at 7. Tickets are available online at sscmusic.org.
Technology is powerful and amazing, but digital assistants and chatbots can be frustrating. I want to speak with a real person and get a quick answer when I have a question, and I strive for my business to provide the same for the individuals and families on the South Shore that we work with. Hi, this is Alyssa McNamara-Reed with McNamara Financial. I'm a real person. I give tailored investment and financial advice to my clients, and my service staff is 100% human. Come see what makes us different. 781-834-2010 or McNamaraFinancial.com.
Hi, this is Paul Solano of the Paul Ponders Radio Show, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. Please join me for season number 2, Saturdays from 12:08 to 1 p.m. before the music with Ron Dwyer. It was a great first year in the slot of the Boiling Point with Arthur Boyle. We have really informative segments on technology, health and wellness, business and finances, nonprofits, and Paul Pondering Thoughts. Catch you on Saturdays at 12:08 p.m. #Indeed.
On 95.9 WATD. Wednesday Wine coming up in about a minute. I want to talk to you about a great series of concerts that they have down in Plymouth, and it's on Wednesday nights. So grab a blanket and join Project Arts of Plymouth. Their 29th season of free summer concerts, and they do this Wednesday evenings from 6:30 to 9 on the historic Plymouth waterfront. Stop by tonight for another tequila sunrise in their tribute to the Eagles. Plus, enjoy bites from local food trucks and family-friendly activities right by the water. Bring a lawn chair, a blanket, and an appetite for great music every Wednesday night at the bandstand in the DCR Pilgrim Memorial State Park near Plymouth Rock, 6:30 to 9. Learn all about the Project Art series online at projectarts.com. That's projectarts.com. 9:29 WATD's traffic and weather. And the ride on the expressway northbound is still heavy and slow. Looks like the first delay starts still before Furnace Brook up to Columbia Road and again approaching the O'Neill Tunnel. So still a tough ride into the city, 33 minutes, Braintree to Boston. Route 3 looks good, though, along the South Shore of Plymouth up to Union Street. Sagamore and Bourne bridges are okay. Not too bad on 44 or 24. South Shore weather for today, we are going to have a blend of clouds and sunshine. A risk of a shower or even a thunder shower this afternoon, 77. Tonight, passing clouds, a shower, a thunder shower early, a low down to 62, then clearing late tonight. Tomorrow looks good. Your Thursday, bright sunshine and a high near 73. Right now, we're at 73 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Coming up, the Wednesday Wine with Francesca.
Honey, you're not going to believe this.
What now?
The car got dinged again. I was pulling out of the parking garage, and I didn't see that last pylon. I barely clipped it.
Oh, unreal. That car was so nice when we first got it, and now it's an eyesore. Every time we look at it, there's a dent here, a scratch there.
You're right. Remember how excited we were when we bought it? I guess that's just life, though. Still, it would be nice to turn back the clock on this thing.
Yeah, it's like we need a time machine for the car. Whoa! Where did you come from? How'd you get in our kitchen?
Relax, I'm from the future.
The future?
That's right, and in exactly 2 minutes, you're going to hear a radio commercial for Luchetti's Complete Auto Center. And after you hear it, you'll bring your car there, they'll fix the dents, repair the scratches, and make it look like it just rolled off the showroom floor.
So you're saying Luchetti's is basically a time machine for cars?
Exactly. From parking lot dings and minor scrapes to major collision repairs, they've got you covered. In fact, they'll even repair the damage from that manure truck you're going to hit next week.
The what truck?
Thanks for the warning. Luchetti's it is, honey. Let's go.
Just try to keep it under 88 miles per hour on the way there, huh?
You're listening to the South Shore's Morning News, coming to you from the WATD beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. And if you want to check out the WATD studios, you can do that by watching our live YouTube feed at WATD Radio on YouTube. WATD Radio on YouTube. All right, it's a Wednesday morning.
With Francesca.
Yes, it
She
is.
wants to know your pet peeve.
Indeed, she does. Text in on the text line, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. The Wednesday Wine is brought to us each week at this time by our great friends at Empire Wine and Spirits, 182 Summer Street in Kingston, Empire Wine and Spirits.com. Empire Wine and Spirits sponsoring the Wednesday Wine. All right, let's see if Francesca's still connected in from her remote secret studio.
I am.
Oh, there she is. Hello there, Francesca.
Hello, I'm back.
All right. We got the Wednesday
okay, so
wine.
who's complaining this morning?
What's that?
I said, so who's complaining this morning?
Well, we had a few complaints about the lack of air conditioning in the building, but I don't want to focus on that. I want to get to what people are checking in on. Let me read.
Wait, there's no AC at WATD?
Well, no, it's just temporary. I guess there was some issue with the main unit. No, we have the one in the background, which you can hear, which is here. It's got a nice, it's going. We have the nice backup unit in here, but feels nice. Feels pretty good. But I think in the hallway it's a little muggy. All right, so let's see what Paul had. Was it Paul? No, it was Wayne. Wayne from Weymouth checked in on the text line at 781-837-4900. What are you complaining about? What is bothering you? What would you like to get off your chest? Wayne says, Francesca, how about people who do not return shopping carts to their proper place? I hear you, Wayne. That bothers me, obviously, as a former cart person at Caldor. And this has been...
Rob, Caldor is... You're showing your age for crying out loud.
What? This is... The audience loves this stuff. If I said I worked at Howard Johnson's, they'd hold me even higher esteem. But Caldor...
Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
oh my
I did not
goodness.
work at Howard Johnson's, but I did work at Caldor. Yeah, it's the same thing, though, whatever it is. But yeah, okay, fine. Okay, let's just pretend you go to the Market Basket or the Target or wherever you're going, and the shopping carts are rolling around, and you see people. I feel that people have gotten better about this since they made those cart corrals, but I don't know. What do you think? Are people better about this or worse?
Yes or no. It depends on the weather, frankly.
Yeah.
If the weather is really cold, then, someone will just kind of bring it to the side. I've noticed that before. Of course, if there's any damage to the car, they can always call Luchetti's.
That's true.
Right? But yeah, you know what? I think that I'm going to show my age. When I was a kid, there was a bundle boy, and he would bring your groceries out to your car. You'd give him $1 tip, which was like gold, and he would bring the cart back.
Yeah.
So, everything has become the consumer has to do
Self-service.
everything. Now, I'm going to go off onto a tangent about checking myself out. No, I don't want to check myself out. I don't want to have to look up bananas. I don't want to have to weigh them. I don't want to do all that. I'm paying you, Mr. Supermarket chain owner.
Or Mrs.
Or Mrs. Exactly. And I don't, so now I'm on a different tangent, but that's how I feel.
Well, let me just...
there's too much damn work these days for us to have to do it all.
Yes. Okay. Well, let me ask you, let me just play this. You're in the Target there, and there are 20 people waiting for that one register with a person, and then you see the self-checkout is open. That's the only reason and I know that's the reason they do that. They want to tempt you to go there, but sometimes I don't want to wait for the person if it's going to be 20 people deep.
I have yet to be in a store where I haven't had to wait in the self-checkout. So now poor Wayne makes this complaint. We don't even address it. We start on...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Wayne says... No, I mean, the thing is...
I agree with you.
Bring the cart back.
Okay, bring the cart back. You're right. You should bring the cart back. I mean, think about it this way, people. It's good exercise.
Yes, exactly. That's what I say.
Keep moving. And something, you'll feel better. If you think about it, if you don't return it, you know who you're really hurting? Yourself, because then you feel guilty. You feel bad.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've not returned a cart before.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not completely, but very rarely.
No, I suppose if it's raining really hard and you don't want to run back through the rain, sometimes some people they'll try to leave it up on if there's like a curb or something to say that, okay, I didn't bring it back, but I'm temporarily stopping it maybe from rolling around if you can leave it on some other item. But other than that, you're right. It's just going to start flowing around. And it's going to hit. And then sometimes when you're driving in, you want to take a space, and then there's a cart in there. And then,
you were reading my mind, Rob.
Yeah, you want to pull in, and there's a cart there, and you want to get out. But then you're like, I don't.
Yeah, I know. It's true. I mean, it's so true. It's just, I don't know why supermarkets, they know this is a problem with people. There's two things about supermarkets. There's why is it? I always seem to pick the carriage that has the faulty wheel.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh no, what's wrong with this wheel? But seriously, supermarkets, they know this is a problem. They know people complain about it. You know what? Hire someone to get out there and keep bringing the carriages in. You know where there isn't a problem with this, which is interesting? I never see this problem at
Aldi's.
Aldi's. That's right, because you have to pay.
The Germans, they make you put a quarter in the thing so you can get the carriage, and then you only get the quarter back when you put the carriage back in the thing, right?
That's right. You know something?
It's kind of.
You know what? So why doesn't everybody do that?
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of Aldi's. I don't know. I don't want to put my groceries in a box.
Okay. Well, they kind of know how to. They know how to really make it simple, though. They have a lean.
But they do
operation.
know how to make it simple.
Yeah,
and
the prices
Trader Joe's and Aldi's, aren't they related somehow?
Yeah.
Aren't they brothers or something?
What? The Aldi?
Isn't Aldi and Trader Joe's, aren't they related somehow?
Someone did say that. Yeah, I don't know. I assume Aldi bought Trader Joe's or something like that, or one of them. Then there are two different Aldis too in Germany. One because the brothers hated each other or had different.
Oh, okay. Well, that happens in supermarkets.
And it happens in families. Yes.
Yeah,
So, but I guess Wayne is saying, and I would agree. Try to do it if you can. Obviously, there are some instances. I get it. If you have some type of disability or you're injured, if you can. Although, I don't know. I suppose most of the time they have the little dried-out carts. You're right. I remember when I was little, because I guess they've gotten rid of most of this. The Angelos had, like you were saying, they had these very cool carts that I always liked, that they had the milk and the bags at Angelos, and they would bring the groceries right out to the car. They would have people standing at the end of the line. And,
it would be so nice if we could get back to... being catered to a little bit as a consumer. I will tell you, so this is amazing, right? This has nothing to do with wine. This is actually just the complete antithesis of wine. But anyway, I'm in the supermarket, I'm in Trader Joe's the other day. And just as I'm cashing out, the guy says to me, his name is Sean, because I saw his name, I couldn't believe it. And I said, oh, shoot. He said, what's the matter? I said, I forgot the Caesar salad dressing. Bing, he rings the cowbell or whatever.
Yeah.
What are you doing? He goes, I'll have someone get it for you. Do you have a brand? I go, no, Trader Joe's is fine, but you don't need to do that. It's fine.
Yeah,
No. So the guy brings the salad dressing to me, and then I say, what do I owe you? He said, it's on the house. You know something? It was whatever it cost, $3, $4.
Yeah.
It wasn't the money. It was that, wow. Like, you know what? That is... Do you know how much of an impression? Of course, I love Trader Joe's anyway. I think they're always very friendly.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
The people
so
at
this
Trader
is a Wednesday
Joe's.
wine, and now I'm talking about.
No, but it's good. It's a good thing. They're very. I don't know if have a special. It must be all the natural energy and herbs. The Trader Joe's people are very excited. And they have wonderful outfits as well, so it's very good. I love the Trader Joe's, and people love it. So that's a good one. Thank you, Wayne. Return your card. Andy from Hingham.
Wayne. Return your card. Exactly.
He says if you don't like the supermarket, order it online. You can order on the site, and you can get heavier. Is that what he's saying? Is that? Oh, okay. I guess he's saying if you don't exercise, you can have everything delivered to you. Okay. That's Andy from Hingham. There are ways to definitely order more these days and have the supermarkets either delivered to your home. They have a lot of grocery services.
Oh, come on. We need to get out and be with people.
Well, that's true. Yeah. It's fun to...
I mean, I'm so glad I have a dog because I talk to people every single day, whether I want to or not.
Lou from Kingston would like to complain about, he says nobody has quarters anymore.
Quarters?
He says, yeah, not many people have change, so no change tray in new cars. I still hold on to quarters. I love quarters, Lou. Self-checkout is taking someone's job. Trader Joe's gives their employees a great discount. And they don't, Trader Joe's doesn't have self-checkout, right?
No way.
Okay. And neither does Market
barbaric.
Basket.
To them, they would consider that's barbaric. It would not go with their culture of communicating and caring and helping. And I mean, I will say, though, that self-checkout, and I'm always, could you help me, please?
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, come on over here.
But quarters, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, go to the bank, give them $10, and they'll give you a roll of quarters.
Get some roll of quarters. And
get a roll of quarters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't realize. I thought. And pennies are no longer in existence anymore.
No, I know. That's just, That the penny thing is. I saw the sign at the Chick-fil-A. It said, about pennies or something about I guess they're just gonna have to make everything will be in zero or a nickel or something. But yeah. Let's see. So Lou in Kingston, thank you. And then we had 617. Let's see. 617 says, I'm complaining. Why does 95 start in Florida disappear in Canton and then reappear in Maine? Will it ever be finished? And, well, the thing about that is that 95, 617, I explained, technically they were going to make 95 go from Canton into the city, up through Milton and Roxbury, and then up to Maine directly. But the people that lived there got angry, and the governor canceled it. So 95 now goes on what we used to call around here 128. And so technically it is completed, and it does go from Florida all the way to Maine. But it is confusing when you have 95 and 128. And then you were saying when the exits all changed. And
Oh, I hate that.
yeah.
I hate that because your GPS is still telling you to take exit 10, but there's no exit 10, and so you don't know where you're going.
Yes. No, it can be very confusing. So
It is very confusing. I mean, I don't know why they did it in the first
Yeah.
place. Do you?
No, well, with the mile markers, well, it's supposed to help if people get lost or if there's an emergency, and it tells how many miles there are between. I don't know. From my brain, I liked exits just in order by number, 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't know. But I feel it just depends on how it works. But I get the logic behind it. I do acknowledge it. I have to go to my Mr. Spock. It is more logical probably to have it that way. 95, I certainly, if the people weren't living there, I would have loved 95 to definitely go from Canton, though, right into Boston. If you drive on the expressway, they, again, originally wanted to have 95 to go from Boston to Canton directly. Think about that. You'd have another option to get out of town.
Oh, that would
been
be like dying and going to heaven.
It was going to be a great 3-lane highway each way with the orange line running down the middle. It was going to be beautiful. Lots of cement and asphalt. But, well.
But you're not living in LA, which would be substantial.
No, that's true.
So. Anyway,
and I know we only have time for one more. Let me see if I get this in because I know we got to wrap up. But Kevin Tachi, his wine, many stores and coffee shops are now using the penny shortage to round up or down. Yes, in some cases, yeah, you're right. He's saying, they're just kind of, now that the penny's not there, they can just say, well, you're going to have to pay a little more or something like that. That can happen.
Oh, yes, because I always get my Diet Coke every single day. I have a little addiction, right? Every day I have to have my Diet Coke.
Sure.
And it's like, whatever is it, 63 cents. And I'll give him 75. And, because then it's the other way around. Then he'll give me an extra 10 cents. Wait, no. So he owes me 12 cents.
Yeah.
But he only gives me 10. But
oh, okay. Well,
that's right. So you know what? That's a good point, Kevin.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. So, but I don't think that's why they're doing it. I think that it's just that they want to get rid of pennies.
Yeah. All
anyway,
right.
so thanks for that, Kevin. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, Wednesday Wine, sponsored by Empire Wine. Thank you,
French.
French. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Thanks for writing in.
Upgrade your glass without draining your wallet. Upgrade your glass without draining your wallet at Empire Wine and Spirits. Big flavor, small price. Don't miss the 4 to go. 4 wines for just $44.95. That's 40% off the regular price. More taste, less waste, and a deal that's hard to beat. They've got a massive wine selection, a huge lineup of craft beers, and all the spirits you need for any night of the week. Every Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, stop in for their wine tasting. Sip, sample, and find your new favorite. Empire Wine and Spirits, conveniently located at 182 Summer Street in Kingston, or visit empirewineandspirits.com.
And now, today's local artist on WATD. Here's John Shea.
Thank you. The local artist for today is singer-songwriter Sarah Martin. Sarah Martin hails from Lakeville, Massachusetts, and you can catch her every Wednesday night, now through September 9th at the Hyannis Sunset Cruise. For details on that, follow Sarah Martin on Instagram. This is called Those Days. From Sarah Martin, your Wednesday local artist of the day, 95.9 WATD.
There are days that life don't seem fair. You're down inside feeling like nobody cares. You take one more step, you're beat down, dog tired, and you're trying your best, thinking life's a test, but you're always walking the wire. There are days when the light is bright but the sun ain't shining your way. look at my left hand. It rocked a diamond once, but the shine wore off, and it never got the wedding band. There are days when the light is bright, but the sun ain't shining your way. There are days when it hurts to lose. It's up to you to push on through those days. Those days. So cry if you want to, scream if you need to, break glass and watch it shatter. Well, cry if you want to, scream if you need to, break glass, watch it shatter, like the dreams you thought you had. There are days when you choose you to find your truth, come what may. There'll be days when it hurts to lose. It's always up to you to push on through those days. There will come a day you'll look back in the looking glass and see you're still okay.
It's our local artist on WATD. We do it every morning at this time. That's Sarah Martin, and the name of the song, Those Days. 95.9 WATD. Coming up, we have the ABC Entertainment Report. Audrey Constant of the Big Midday Show from 10 to 3 on WATD, as Audrey will keep you company through the day. And, of course, keep those text messages always coming. Audrey enjoys hearing from you, as do I and Quinn in the afternoon. 781-837-4900 is the text line. 781-837-4900 is our text line. Sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. And we'll get to any final text messages you have for us. A few of them have come in, and we will read those just before we wrap up the show. Right now, 9:50. Let's get to the traffic and the weather. And it's being still a tough ride, I should say, on the expressway. That's where we are seeing most of the volume from Furnace Brook to Columbia Road, and still approaching the O'Neill Tunnel, getting into downtown. As it eased out, 33 minutes at drive time. Braintree to Boston, still pretty rough at this time of the morning. Route 3 looks good. Herring Pond Road in Plymouth to Union Street, not bad. 24, 44. And really not too bad at the Cape Bridges. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Weather is being sponsored this time around by Bell Star Jewelry and our good friends under new ownership at the Frasca family. And tax-free weekend is August 8 and 9. Beat the rush. Shop Bell Star Jewelry now, and they'll hold your purchase so your sale is processed tax-free that weekend. Shop Bell Star Jewelry in the Anderson Plaza on Route 139 in Pembroke. Bell Star Jewelry. And with the details, here is meteorologist Josh Nichols with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather.
Well, it'd be wise to have the rain gear before you step out the door this morning. Even though it might not be raining right now, it looks like we will find some scattered showers and thunderstorms for later into the afternoon. So that's when you might need that umbrella. Certainly keep an eye to the sky as well, and stay weather aware. Any thunderstorm that does develop could contain a downpour. We've got some patchy areas of fog this morning. That southwesterly breeze still with us. The high temperature into the low and mid 80s. And for tonight, we'll look for a shower or thunderstorm around early on. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy. The low temperature near 60. Mostly sunny for the day on Thursday. The high temperature close to 80. Friday, sunny with the top temp near 80 away from our South Shore beaches, where an easterly breeze will set up in the afternoon. Saturday's mostly sunny with highs in the middle and upper 70s. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Jewelry is more than something you wear. It's a celebration, a milestone, a family story. The pieces you treasure today become the memories you'll pass on tomorrow. That's why generations of South Shore families have trusted Bellstar Jewelry in Pembroke for expert repair, restoration, and guidance. The Frasca family is proud to continue the tradition of personal service and craftsmanship that customers have relied on for decades. Visit Bellstar Jewelry at Anderson Plaza, Route 139 in Pembroke, or online at bellstarjewelry.com. A trusted jeweler is your best advisor. Bellstar Jewelry.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
ABC Entertainment News.
My program will not allow me to act against an officer of this company.
RoboCop is coming to TV soon. Amazon MGM says it's officially picking up a series version of the 1987 movie. The show will follow a similar plot with a giant tech company convincing a city to put a robot on the police force.
You look like you.
What?
The trailer is out for the upcoming horror movie The Other Mommy. Jessica Chastain stars as a mother dealing with marital problems and an evil entity that takes on her appearance. It hits theaters October 9th. A lightsaber prop with Luke Skywalker's severed hand from The Empire Strikes Back has sold at auction for $3.75 million. Heritage Auction says that's the highest price ever for a Star Wars prop. And happy birthday to actress and singer Selena Gomez, who turns 34 today. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
95.9 WATD, the South Shore's Morning News. 9:56, Christine James in the WATD newsroom.
Thank you very much, Rob. Just wanted to let you know about a breaking news story. This is in Hanson. A gas line is struck at Route 58 and McQuan Street. Now, they did report a gas line struck. They're requesting the gas company and crews to the scene. They are evacuating. Reportedly, we're trying to confirm this. Some houses and stretching lines in that area. But if you see activity down there in Hanson by Route 58 and McQuan Street, that is a gas line that was struck. We'll get you more details. I'm Christine James in the WATD newsroom.
All right, Christine, thank you so much. All right, let's see final text messages. Let's get those in. It's 781-837-4900. I think we had a few more, Christine, for you as well. Let me get these up here. Let's see. I'm sorry, I had those all here. David from Bourne. Can we get Christine to go to Washington, D.C.? We certainly could use a good mediator and moderator to shut some of those windbags up. If she can accomplish that, she would be everybody's hero. That's David from Bourne checking in on that. Kevin from Duxbury, also a big shout out to Christine James for an amazing job she did as moderator. And this is, of course, talking about Mondays. If you missed it, it's the Plymouth County Commissioners Republican primary forum that was Monday night from 7 to 8. You can go and watch or listen, I should say, with the link right on our webpage, 959watd.com. Go to the news page if you missed that. Pete in Hanover also said, good morning, Rob, Christine, and a little shout out to Jason. He's passed out in the record library. It's a little hot in there. I said he could leave early, but I lied. Well, I didn't listen to the Monday night debate. I heard the audio that was shared yesterday. We played a clip of it. I want to say that I have a lot of respect for Christine for the way she handled when the candidates got out of control. Excellent job, Christine, for controlling the candidates and putting them back on focus. So that's from Pete from Hanover. He wanted to say you did a great job as well.
I appreciate that. You know what, Rob? I had 2 older brothers. I'm trained for combat.
She is. 781.
Thank you, bros.
781 said, Christine, you're an amazing moderator. You go, girl. All right, so
Thank
there you go.
You guys are awesome.
Let's see, and thanks to Andy and Lou and Kevin. Pete checking in. He says there's a new Robert Parrish book out. Chief? Okay, thank you, Pete, for that. We'll take a look out for that. And Gray Wolf from Kingston enjoyed the thunderstorms. Wayne, Kevin from Duxbury, Maria from Autoshine, 617, Wes, Paul, Matt, thank you all for the text messages as well. Keep them coming for Audrey. She's got a great show. She's coming up from 10 to 3. And Christine, what do you say? You going to do it tomorrow? And I heard there's going to be a bonus?
Yes, I'll be back on Friday.
Just for
to
planning.
fill it on Friday.
Yeah, we got
so
somebody.
You get me for a trifecta.
Somebody that's out sick. It's like the old days here.
I know.
So Christine is going to be in all week. So she'll be with us tomorrow morning for the Thursday. And then the Friday edition of the South Shores Morning News on 95.9 WATD.
I can't wait. I'm very excited, Rob.
Thanks as well to, I'm sure you, who wouldn't be for coming in and being in it early, you know? It's
I get to play Name That Tune, don't I?
Yes, I think you do. You're
okay,
right.
I'll start practicing.
Let's see. So, and thanks to Lord Hadaway and Eric for checking in on our YouTube page as well. You can go there and hang out and you can chat. There's a chat room where you can chat with one another and it's fun. The listeners can have fun and you can chat about all kinds of things and have a wonderful day. All right, that does it. Christine will be checking in if there's any more in the gas leak in Hanson. That's the breaking story. As, again, it sounds like something was struck there. Usually these happen during construction incidents or something like that. But we'll have more on that. She'll break in if it's necessary. Otherwise, she'll get a full report during the midday report at noon on 95.9 WATD during the Audrey Constant Show. Up next.
That's all she wrote. Didn't ride no more.
Talk to you tomorrow.
She left the gloom.
Yeah, go Red Sox. You're right. 15 in a row if they win this afternoon.
The South Shore's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.
95.